What's good, YouTube? Nappy here, back again once again. Today we have our bonus egg hatching Q&A Sacred Gold Egglocke episode. Yay! Anyways, basically what's gonna happen, you guys, is last Wednesday, I think on episode 22, I asked you guys to leave questions for a Q&A because we haven't done a Q&A since like 10K. And when we did the Platinum Egglock, we live streamed the egg hatching, but because I've been having issues live stream, we can't do that this time. So I figured that, hey, let's combine the two and have an egg hatching Q&A. So you guys left a lot of comments. We got about 900 to 1,000 or so, like 930 or some shit like that. And we're not gonna get through all of those, but you gotta keep in mind. That number one, out of all 930 of them, there's probably a good 100 or so, maybe 150 that are just regular comments on the video. So let's knock those out, and now we're down to 800 comments. Then keep in mind there's probably a good 200 or so, give or take, duplicates. So let's knock that down to about 600. And then there's probably roughly about 100 or so that I'm just not going to answer because either they're too intensive, too personal, or just stupid. So we only got about 500 questions to go through here, and I'd say probably about half of those are going to be like one-sentence answers. So I think what we're actually going to do is I'm going to play the recordings that I have for hatching all the eggs and shit at regular speed, and that's roughly about 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna set 2.5 hours on my handy dandy stopwatch right here, and we're just gonna answer as many questions as we can in 2.5 hours. And if we don't get through all of them, then I'm sorry, but I think we should be able to knock out a big chunk of them, so I'm not all too worried about it. But besides that, you guys, the way this is gonna go down, it's the same way as the 10K Q&A. You guys can see my beautiful, unshaven, in need of a haircut face, and you can see all your comments beneath me as well, so you know I'm not just hush, be quiet. So you know that I'm not just like picking and choosing questions. I'm just gonna go straight through the questions, and you can see your names and all that shit. And some of the comments are gonna get cut off just because of the size of the box and shit. I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually gonna read the comments, but you guys are still gonna get to see yourselves and all that. And yay, hooray, happy day. Whoa. So anyways, let's go and get this shit started before we waste any more time. Let's get started right off the bat. Jesus Diaz says, yay, saw you tweet about the upload. Woo! Look at that, right off the bat. Right off the bat. I've been telling you guys all the time, follow me on Twitter. That bitch is always in the description. I tweet out all my videos, and you can talk to me one-on-one there. Like, as long as you have a legitimate conversation, like, we'll talk. Like, people that just want to, like, tweet me stupid shit, if basically, this is a good way to tell if we can have a conversation on Twitter or not. If what you tweet me can easily be replied with LOL, like, that's what you're going to get. You're just going to get LOL. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But besides that, let's go ahead and get to an actual question. Let's get to an actual question. Mr. Nemnetchish here is on the video. Pat Jacobson. I almost said Jacobson. Pat Jacobson says, you said once you lost Hopper, which is our main name in the series, once you lost Hopper, you knew who you would replace it with before you lost. Which was in the same fucking episode, which, oh my god, and there's Norton. So unprofessional. Which, spoiler alert, if you guys didn't know, which amazes me. Absolutely amazes me that people don't know. And Sadie is going ham right now. It amazes me that people don't know that we lost the Egglock. Like, I understand that people aren't going to sit there and watch all hour-long videos or every single episode, but I mention it in every episode since we lost. Like, in the last episode, when we took on Cynthia, Red, and Steven, I had somebody say, oh, you had Happy Feet and Onslaught die in the grinding montage. You cheated. Bitch, the lock is over. It's over. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, he says, once you lost Hopper, you said you knew you replaced with before you lost. What Pokemon was it? I was actually going to pick up, I don't remember which one it was. If I went into the game and in the on-call box, I'd know exactly what it was. But I took a lot of you guys' suggestions into consideration, and I was going to get a Frostlass. We had a Snorunt with a Dawnstone in the on-deck box, and a lot of you guys are saying, you know, with the Kanto team that we had, we didn't have anybody that was really, like, set to take on Lance. So you were like, get Frostlass, it's a quick ice type, you know, fuck up Lance. So that's what I was gonna get, but unfortunately didn't happen that way. So anyways, let's keep going. When I was searching grinding matches, oh, see, look, now it's like, yeah, you're still stupid. Yeah. You should go not so Egglock, ha. See, these are all the questions, I mean, all the comments that aren't actually questions. So next one we have here is from Skit Jamo. He says, question of the day, what was the most disappointing death of this Egglock? The most disappointing death of the Egglock so far, or total, I'd say probably was Smoochum. Way back at the beginning. Smoochum, which was Ice Queen. I was really looking forward to using a Jinx. I was like planning it out and everything, when to evolve it so I get Psychic and all that shit, and it was just 100% stupidity on my part. I got Super Fang and Hyper Fang mixed up, and she died just because of me. And I really wanted to use a Jinx, because you don't see a Jinx used that often. I don't get to use a Jinx that often, and I really wanted to do it, and it didn't happen. So yeah. So let's keep it moving, let's keep it moving. X Beefy says, Nappy, what is your biggest fear? I don't know. I did this as a question today in an episode of the Platinum Egglock, and it's really hard to pinpoint one exact thing. Cause like when you think about fears, you know, you always think about like because you're afraid of it, you always think of like the most extreme version of that fear. So like I could say, am I really afraid of dying? Not really. I think that's kind of natural. I mean, if you're not afraid to die, then more power to you, but I think that's just a natural reaction to not be afraid. A natural reaction to be afraid to die. I'm going to go ahead and give you the same answer that I gave in the Platinum Egglock episode. I hate bugs, arachnids, insects, all that shit. Snakes, any creepy crawlers out there, not a fan. Not a fan at all. The way I see it is, you stay outside and we cool. Moment you come in, we got issues. We got issues. As a matter of fact, was it last night? I think it was last night. I killed a scorpion in my kitchen. Yes. And whenever people hear the word scorpion, you always think of like this gigantic like scorpion with like the back tail like this. And while sure that there are scorpion out there like that, scorpion like that don't normally come into your house unless you live like way out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. It was like a little scorpion like this big. Like literally I could step on him and squash him. You little bug, I squish you. I squash bug. So yeah, I just don't like bugs at all. I don't like bugs, spiders, snakes, lizards, any of that shit. Anyways, let's see here. Where do we keep going? I feel like I could have done these comments better, but oh well. Question of the day: why do fuck brownies? Multi-Frank 504. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Matthew Jezik says, do you like ice cream? Sure. Sure. And I know somebody's gonna ask me this as well. On my comments, you guys can see like the flag where they're from and like all the views, videos, subscribers, all that shit. That's a Chrome extension called Magic Actions for YouTube. It adds a whole bunch of different options to YouTube. That's one of them. So just go Google it, look it up, and all that good shit. Then Multi-Frank says, question of the day. Okay, real question. Why does Kristen wish death to everybody's Egglock and be surprised when she takes a major hit? Kristen's evil. That's all I can say. She is nothing but evil, and she has nothing but pure hatred and malice in her heart. And whenever she wishes and places a curse upon somebody and their Pokemon in an Egglock, they die. That's just what happens. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. And then Master Jezik says, which is your favorite? I mean, I don't know. I mean, does sherbet count as ice cream? A lot of people tell me that ice cream and sherbet are two separate things. But I mean, I like sherbet. If you don't want to include that, then cookies and cream, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a huge... No! Again, this is if you want to count it. If you guys have ever seen those little Blue Bunny strawberry shortcake ice cream bars, that's still ice cream. It doesn't have to be like scoop ice cream. Those are my favorite. Them shits is amazing. I could nom them motherfuckers all day long. Next question comes from Starbits. They say, was there ever a Pokemon you hatched that you had low expectations for but ended up surprising you? Low expectations for but ended up surprising me. Who all did I use? Who all was on the Kanto team? I'm trying to picture it in my head. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the first one that came to mind. Was Nappy Bear the Absol? Like I know Absol's supposed to have like decent attack and all that shit, and I've never really used an Absol before, so maybe that's why it surprised me so much. Just because of that one fact. I don't really use Absols ever. I'm not a huge Absol fan. It just seems like a really bland, boring Pokemon to me. So yeah, I was kind of surprised at that. He took a lot of hits until I kind of sacrificed him against Claire. But hey, that's what it is. That's who I guess it is. Next question comes from Marshstomper1253. They say, how many of the new Pokemon are you planning to catch in X and Y, and what will your X and Y team be, and what Mega Evo Pokemon will you have in your party? Okay, all these questions are not going to be answered because number one, those are going to be spoilers. I've tweeted out my party on Twitter before. I don't think I'm going to do it anymore from here on out until the games come out. So, the only thing I will tell you is that if there are... Spoiler alert! I'm about to talk about X and Y information. If you're not interested in being spoiled by this X and Y information, mute the video now. Okay, if there are truly only 70 new Pokemon in the game, then I think that I may try and catch all 70 new Pokemon in my Pokemon Y Let's Play. That's it. I'm not going to complete the Pokedex and get all 700 or some shit. No, ain't happening. I'm just going to try and get those 70, and that'll be the extent of that. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you my team as of yet because I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I want to use this Pokemon, this Pokemon, this Pokemon, this Pokemon, this Pokemon, because then if I don't end up using that, somebody's going to curse me out and say, Nappy, you said you were going to use this Pokemon. It's my favorite Pokemon. You didn't use it. Today's my birthday, and you just ruined it. No, not happening. So, I'm not going to go into all that. Team's not set in stone yet. It'll happen when it happens. Game Hunter 151 says, hey Nappy, great videos. I was wondering if I could get some advice doing YouTube. Also, what are the screen sizes you use, like what X what? Okay, thanks for the compliment, bro. What are the screen sizes? Okay, like, I'll get some advice for doing YouTube. So is the advice in the form of a question that you're asking me? I'm just gonna go with that. What are the screen sizes you use, like what X what? I don't know what you're referring to, bro. Most video sizes on YouTube are 1280 by 720. All thumbnails on YouTube are 1280 by 720. I mean, unless you scale them left and right, whatever. 1280 by 720. I mean, you can make them whatever you want. Whatever you want, bro. Whatever fits the project that you're working on. Next question comes from Willy Wonka. They say, with what? Who or what was your favorite Pokemon that you've hatched and used in an Egglock? In any Egglock? Well, I've only done 2 Egglocks, bro. So out of the 2 that I've done, who was my favorite that I had? Happy Feet is a favorite. I really like Drax. Scorch the Magmar was nice. Heisenberg the Omega was cool. I'm trying to remember my team from Platinum. I had Metatank, the Metagross, Tuber for OU. My Gabite was nice. Big Blue died very early on in Platinum, and he seems to have lived on so much. He was in Volt White Big Blue V2, he's in Dark Rising Big Blue V3, had him for so little time, but he's been here for so long. As a matter of fact, I hatched a Big Blue egg in this hatching video right now. Go figure. But out of all that, I think that my favorite was probably, I'm gonna go ahead and say Drax. Drax was amazing. Tyranitar is always good to use, but that Tyranitar was just so fucking perfect with the Quick Claw, and the moveset was just fucking tits. I love Drax. Drax was awesome. Drax and Happy Feet with a close second. Alright, homeboy with his Wonderlock idea, yada 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 yada. OTG Master says, question of the day, will you ever use Gallade outside the Egglock? No. I talked about this in the last episode, and I think I talked about this with Callum in the finale episode of Dark Rising, which went up yesterday, by the way, if you missed it. I don't like Gallade. Sorry. I mean, I'm not, like, trying to hate on him, I'm not trying to put him down. I just prefer Gardevoir. Maybe that's, like, the nostalgia factor where I grew up, you know, and I spent a lot of time playing 3rd gen, spent a lot of time with Gardevoir. I got a lot of good memories of Gardevoir. And when I think of Psychic-type Pokemon, I don't think of physical attackers. It's awkward to me. But some people love them. A lot of people love Gallade. I just like Gardevoir better. That's all. Don't crucify me. Whatever. Next question comes from Vitamin D Man. Says, as of right now, what's your X and Y team? Already answered that. The next question comes from Sacred Arrow 06. Are you guys going to do an X and Y roundtable before the game's release? We're only, the 3 that we've done so far is all we're doing before the games drop. We plan on doing another one at the end of October to kind of like talk about what we expected and what we actually got and our thoughts on the game there. And then we might do one that's going to be in July, and it'll be like the year anniversary from the first one, just to like see where Pokemon as a whole has come. But that's it. We only have 2 roundtables as of right now planned. But there will not be another one before the game's release. Next question comes from Hydrogen Man 25. He says, will you do an Egglock of Liquid Crystal or Ash Gray? No. As of right now, I don't have any plans to do those games. A lot of people don't know that I've actually LP'd Ash Gray before. If you go to playlists on the channel, and I think a lot of people don't really know how to navigate YouTube all that well. I'm not saying that this Hydrogen Man doesn't know or anything, but if you know how to navigate a channel, you can find out almost every video that anybody's ever uploaded. Every series that I have is in a playlist on the channel. If you go and look under Pokemon live streams, Ash Gray was actually the second one that we did. That was the first one that I did with Facecam. I played through Ash Gray all the way up to the Orange Islands bit. I never went back and redid it once they released that part, but I've done Ash Gray on my channel. Just gotta go look, yo. Next question comes from Brian Lacona. It says, Nappy, are you black or Hispanic? You look Hispanic. I get this question all the time. Throughout my entire life, I've been accused of being black, Hispanic, white, Puerto Rican, Cuban, actual Spanish from Spain, Mexican, everything. I don't want to start off with I guess, because I know what I am. I'm just trying to find the right words to express it. Basically, I'm black, African American, take your pick. I'm not a huge fan of the term African American, but I'm black. The reason I'm light skinned the way I am is because my great grandmother, who died a year ago, my great grandmother, her parents were born in Italy, and they immigrated over to the United States and had, they started up a family, and she was one of their daughters. So my great grandmother, which is what, two generations back, was 100% Italian. And then in turn, races got mixed and whatnot, and in turn, that's why I'm as light skinned as I am. So if you want to call me half black, half white, because white is your race and Italian is your nationality, so whatever you want to, whatever you feel comfortable with, I classify with black. That's how I express myself. I'm black. Next question comes from Jonathan Bashovitz. He says, are you getting Pokemon X and Y, and why? I don't, Jonathan, not to bash, no pun intended, not to bash you, bro. Why would I not get Pokemon X and Y? Why would I not get it? I don't understand when people ask me, are you getting Pokemon X and Y? Are you going to play Pokemon X and Y? Are you going to LP Pokemon X and Y? Why would I not? Nah, 6th gen just looks terrible, bro. I think I'm just going to wait until 7th gen comes out. Yes, I'm getting X and Y. I don't understand the whole Y portion of it. It's Pokemon. I like to play it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah. Another person, Mr. Epic Frog, doesn't realize that the lock is over. I'll start grabbing the grinding montage. Ravna? Jive? I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. What do you think of the Pokemon franchise so far? I think it's great. I wouldn't still be playing it if I didn't enjoy it. I was a faithful follower of it all the way up until 4th gen, and then after that I kind of fell out of it a little bit, and I missed all of 5th gen. So the black and white co-op I did with Kristen was the first time I'd ever played black and white. The black 2, white 2 co-op that we have on Kristen's channel, which we were supposed to finish for X and Y, but between my classes and her schedule, we haven't been able to link up yet. That's the first time I ever played through black 2, white 2. So Volt White was the first time I ever just went through Unova without giving a shit. So 5th gen is easily the generation I have the least experience with, but I think it's awesome. It's great. Pokemon as a whole is great, and I don't see them ending anytime soon. Next question comes from Scrotum Scraggy. He says, do you like Scraggy or Scrafty? Yes. I think Scrafty is an amazing Pokemon. I think he's cool. For the limited experience that I've had with 5th gen, I think he's one of the better 5th gen Pokemon. The only thing I don't like about him is that he has very low health, but you can't have fucking stacked stats on every Pokemon that you like, so yeah. Next question comes from Ashy Deer. Says, favorite Pokemon using the Egglock? Already did that one. Next question comes from Aerospace Puma. What was going through your mind when you lost Bill? Well, you see, here's the unique thing about a Let's Play. It's all live, and you get my reaction when it happens. So if you want to know what was going through my mind when I lost Bill, go watch the episode and watch the part where I lost Bill and hear what I say. And that's what's going through my mind. Pro tip. Next question comes from, I think we have some, we have some duplicates here. Got some duplicates here. Some duplications. Nappy, hey Nappy, you're gonna play X or Y? Yes! Flag for spam. Oh god. Nappy, which game are you gonna get? Pokemon X or Y? Oh Lord, let's find another one. The Fish Lord 1 says, "What was your best experience you ever had in Pokemon playthrough out of all your playthroughs?" What was the best experience you ever had in Pokemon throughout all of your playthroughs? Okay, I thought he couldn't type, but I can't read apparently. I'm gonna go ahead and say, up to this point, Soul Silver was my favorite LP that I've done. Sacred Gold is not my favorite. What was your best experience you ever had? Like, I can't pinpoint one episode specifically. I think that the episode where I fought Blaine, even though we lost the Egglock there, I think that, like, that was my favorite episode so far. I feel like the commentary was on point. Everything was just perfect about that. The only downside was fucking XSplit was lagging to all fucking back, and the actual video was just terrible. But besides that, I mean, I enjoyed it. If you want one specific experience, I guess you can go with that, but I don't know. Alexander Bosnevik says, "Will you send us a link for Pokemon X and Y when it comes out?" You see, here's the problem with that. It's on 3DS, and there are no 3DS emulators out there right now. If there is one, it's terrible. So, myself, along with a whole bunch of other PokeTubers, have gone ahead and made the arrangements to get special 3DSs. This is my 3DS XL that has this little thing in the back right here, beneath my finger. And that is a 3DS with a capture board installed on it. With that, I can play, I don't have any games in here right now, but I can play Pokemon X and Y and record it on the DS. So I won't be doing Pokemon Y or X with Kristen on an emulator. Just how it is. So any YouTuber that you see that has Pokemon X and Y, they have a 3DS capture card and they're playing it legit. So the only downside of that is there's no speed up button, but I think that a lot of PokeTubers are just spoiled, including myself, spoiled from the speed up button. So yeah, so LPs will probably take a lot longer once people cut out parts, but I don't plan to do that with mine. So yeah, but no, I can't send you a link for it when it comes out, outside of maybe a link to like Best Buy or Walmart or GameStop, so you can go just order it online. But yeah. Next question comes from DBZ Rocks 1027. What ROM hack do you like best? I think the one that I've had most fun playing is Ash Gray was good, but the one that I had the most fun playing was probably Team Rocket Edition, the very first Pokemon live stream we ever did. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just because it was first gen. You don't really see a lot of first gen ROM hacks, but I just had fun. So that was probably my favorite one. It's not the world's best ROM hack out there, but I just had a lot of fun playing it. So yeah. Next question comes from The Fuck. He says, favorite type, favorite Pokemon competitively. Favorite type, I just did a top 5 types like 2 weeks ago, bro. But it is water. And favorite Pokemon competitively, probably Sharpedo. Sharpedo on my UU team is one of those guys that if you send him in at the right time, he can sweep an entire team. If you send him in at the wrong time, he's just going to get completely smashed. So you have to play really, really strategically with him. But when you send him in at the right time, he's got that speed boost ability. So every turn he's going to get faster. If you run Protect, Earthquake, Waterfall, and Crunch on him, you're going to get the Stab, Waterfall, and Crunch. Earthquake because, like, for example, a lot of people like to set up with Calm Mind Raikou, right? Right? You got your little Raikou set up over there. You put up a couple Protects, or just enough so that you can get your speed boost up to outspeed, hit it with an Earthquake, one hit the Calm Mind Raikou. You know, shit like that. I enjoyed running Sharpedo that way, so yeah, I like that. So let's see here. Next one is, would you date Kristen? Ronnie Valdez, would you date Kristen? I don't want to say no, I don't want to say yes either. That's one of those things that Kristen and I have talked about, and that's, I don't want to say it's too personal, but like, if we are dating, you guys would know. But we're not right now. So that's like all shit that's gonna happen in the future. Whether we would or whether we wouldn't would all happen in the future. But as of right now, we're not dating. So pretty sure that's gonna be asked about 1,000, 100 million times in this, like it was in the 10K Q&A. Next question comes from DJ Slime. I feel really bad that all this shit's cut off. I feel like I can do better than that. But we're already fucking 24 minutes into this video. So next question comes from DJ Slime I. Says, what is your strongest Pokemon that you have? And if you have multi-level 100, who is the first one? Go watch Dark Rising, bro. Go watch that terrible ROM hack right there. If I had to choose from one of the level 100s on there, probably Excadrill. What is your favorite dual bug Pokemon? I did top 5 bug type too. What is your favorite dual bug Pokemon? I'm guessing you're dual typed, maybe? Volcarona. Galvantula. I mean, just take your pick, yo. Next question comes from That Weird Gamer. He says, what is your favorite region and Pokemon? Pick 12 Pokemon. What? No. These are one of those questions I'm not answering. I'm not going to sit here and list 12 Pokemon for you. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw somebody leave a comment on my phone. I don't know if it was this video or some other one that says, Nappy, choose a team of 6 from each region. No, I'm not going to sit here and give you all these Pokemon. Nah. What is your favorite region? Johto. I love Johto. Don't ask me why. I like the layout. I like the gym leaders. I just love Johto. So that's the answer to that one. Next question comes from Wise Umbreon. What is your favorite grass type Pokemon? Again, I've done top 5, yo. Go look at the top 5s. I think the grass type Pokemon on that one was tied between the starters. So there you go. Next one comes from GM3995 Abel. What is your dream team? This question annoyed the hell out of me when we did the 10K Q&A. Not messing with it. Not messing with it. Out of all 649 Pokemon, you want me to pick 6? You really want me to choose just 6? Come on, yo. Next question comes from Francis Quezada. Least favorite Pokemon? Keldeo. I'm not saying that Keldeo is bad competitively. I'm not saying that Keldeo statistically as a Pokemon is bad. I dislike Keldeo because of the movie. Kirim and the Swords of Justice, or whatever the hell it was called. Keldeo was annoying, and he was a bitch in that movie, and that's why I dislike Keldeo. For that reason only. Next question comes from Cyborg Cyclops. He says, on a scale from 1 to 10, how hyped are you for Pokemon X and Y? 1. I could care less if they come out with a new game. Next question comes from the Very Radioactive. He says, how is your life going, Nappy? Well, right now it's 12:13 in the morning. I have 2 chapters of math homework to do, and I'm tired as fuck. So, yeah. I'll let you make that out of whatever you want to make out of it. Robert Violet says, will you ever do a GBA hack ROM Egglock? There's no clue what the future holds. After I do my YLP, you know, we could be doing a light platinum Egglock. Like, throw that shit. You know, I don't know. I can't tell you yes or no on that, because I can tell you yes right now and never end up doing it. But that's one of those things where it's just, if it happens, then it happens. Next question comes from Ruby Ashwat. Says, what's your favorite gym leader from each region? What? Sabrina because of the whip. Morty because of the Gengar. Juan because of the Kingdra. Fourth gen. Valentina's got a Gengar in the rematch. Crash Away's got a Gyarados. I'm going to say Volkner because of the Electivire and just because he's kind of mysterious. And then 5th gen is probably Iris. Dragons all the way, yo. But yeah. Next question comes from 123 Tasha Pup 321. Why do you dislike Fennekin so much? I don't dislike Fennekin. It's just probably my least favorite. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, it's just a cop-out, Nappy. But it's true. Like, it's cool. I like it. I've never used it before. I don't like Fennekin because normally fire starters are really, really overrated. And I don't like doing shit just because everyone else is doing it. And definitely once their final Evo leaked. I mean, do I need to say more? It looks terrible in my opinion, so I just don't like the design. The typing's cool, I just don't like the design. Jeffy Jeff P says, what will your party be in X and Y? No, sure. Next question comes from Liam Drury. He says, what happened between you and Country, and when is you and Lux's Nuzlocke? Okay. Figure this will come up eventually, so I'm going to answer the second question first and then the first one. When is your and Lux's Nuzlocke? We're supposed to be doing a Diamond and Pearl cooperative split screen, whatever the hell you want to call it, Nuzlocke. I don't know when it's going to happen because I know that X and Y is about to come out and that's what everyone's focused on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot for maybe sometime in the spring, New Year, spring-ish, summertime maybe. Sometime next year, probably. Because basically what's going to happen, you guys, when X and Y drops, the next 2-3 months on YouTube, that's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to see. It's the brand new game. That's all people want to see. So just basically, if you're asking me about new series and shit, just know that for the next 2-3 months, basically until 2014 hits, it's gonna be all X and Y. That's all I can say. What happened between you and Country? Okay, this question I know got asked a couple times on the video, and people ask me all the time on Twitter because that's where everything went down, was on Twitter. So if you follow both of us on Twitter, then you saw what happened and all that shit, yada 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 yada. I'm going to answer this question now, and this is the only time I'm ever going to address this on my channel. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm just getting bombarded with questions, because people know something went down. So this is what happened. About last April or so, Country was having some issues at home. That's when he lived in West Virginia. Not going to go into that because that's his personal business. It doesn't matter. So he ended up moving, and he went out to Minnesota, or Michigan. I get them mixed up all the time. He went out to Michigan, and all's cool and well. Now, for about the past 2 years that I've known Country or so, he's had this terrible-ass laptop. Terrible, 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 terrible. And he takes it with him, and eventually the laptop craps out on him. Now, this entire time that he's in Michigan, you know, things are cool, things are great, you know, it's just regular Nappy and Country, it's whatever. And then, around the time that his laptop starts to go bad, that's when he really got into Pokemon. If you guys remember when he was live streaming, like, Emerald and Silver and shit, and how crappy and terrible his live streams were, it's because his laptop was shit. But around that time, his mood started to change. And this is not just me. You can, I mean, I don't want to, like, put words into other people's mouths, but if you'd like, you can go ask Jamie and Lux and Kristen. But again, I'm not speaking for them. But, around that time, he kind of sort of, like, his mood changed. And it's like, it was Country, but then every once in a while, it was just like he slowly but surely got more and more aggressive. But, you know, it started off really, really faint at first, and this was one of those things that built up over months. And, of course, a lot of you guys remember the Volt White live stream that weekend that we streamed to get him a new computer. We raised like $750 or so and got him a new computer. And then, since then, he got his new computer, and everything was great, and he's doing all the Let's Plays, and Ruby and Sapphire with Lux, he's got a brand new computer, everything's awesome. And then, because when did this happen? This happened at, what, like the beginning of September or some shit? So, basically, what ended up happening was, like I said, that aggressiveness slowly but surely just got worse. And it got worse and worse and worse. And he, like, it was one of those things where it's like, I'm sure, I feel like I'm going in circles right now, but I'm sure you guys may have noticed, like, in live streams and shit, like, he would start calling, like, Lux and Kristen bitches and hoes and stuff like that. And to him, it was in a joking manner, but it's like, you don't call your lady friends bitches. You don't call your female friends hoes. You know, like, we get that he was, like, a joking manner, and he calls, like, a whole lot of people bitches and hoes and whatnot, but it's like, enough is enough. And there was one Skype call I remember specifically after, I think we finished streaming with Lux, and, we were all joking around and whatnot, and Country and Lux were going back and forth at it, and he called her, like, an evil bitch or some shit like that. And it was one of those things where it's like, it just stopped the whole flow of the conversation, and it was just awkward. But again, like, he was joking, but it was one of those things where it's like, that wasn't funny, yo. Like, that was just fucked up. And I remember this specifically because Lux was like, Country, that was me. Like, you didn't need to say that. And he was just, oh, I'm just joking, just joking, just joking. So, keep that in mind. That's the first time that he was told that he was mean. And then you'll understand why here in a minute. So yeah, so that happened, and then, again, it just aggressively got worse. You know, he started calling me faggot. Basically, all his male friends were faggots to him. All his female friends were bitches and hoes. And eventually, this whole Ask FM craze is kicking up, and in Country's opinion, Ask.fm is for faggots. It's fine. He can disagree with it. It's whatever. And it all built up until one night, I decided to open up an Ask FM on Twitter. If you don't know what Ask FM is, Google it. I opened it up on Twitter, and the only reason I did this is because people kept asking me for it. Like, I really didn't care. Like, if you want to ask me a question, just tweet me. I'll answer it. But everyone kept asking it. There were people on Kristen's Ask FM asking, does Nappy have an Ask FM? If it is, what is it? So I finally opened it up just purely to interact with people. And not after the first question I answered and it tweets it out to Twitter, Country subtweets about me. If you don't know what a subtweet is when you talk about somebody, generally in a negative manner, but you don't mention them on Twitter. You know, it's basically kind of like talking behind your back. Kind of. It's like the Twitter equivalent of talking behind your back. So he subtweets about me, and he says, Ask.fm is for chicks. If you're not a female and you're using Ask.fm, you're a faggot. So I replied to him, I said, shut up, fuck off, I'm just trying to interact with my subscribers. He replies, do whatever you gotta do to justify it or whatever, something along those lines. It's not precise exactly, but he says something like, whatever you gotta tell yourself, bro, it's okay. And I replied, you're ignorant, because that's what he was doing. He was just being ignorant. He wasn't willing to look at AskFM and realize why I was using it. He just automatically labeled it off. So he then quotes the tweet and he says, no, I'm not ignorant. He said some shit like, no, I'm not ignorant, but I know that AskFM is gay and AskFM is for faggots. So basically, he's calling me a faggot right then and there. Not in a joking manner, like straight up calling me a faggot on Twitter. So then I replied, I said, look, I'm sick of this. You've been nothing but a jackass over the past couple months, and I'm not the only person that sees it. You've been a jackass to Jamie, Kristen, and Lux, and aside from that, Kristen told me that she went and spoke with Country in a separate call. So that was the second time that he's been spoken to about his behavior and how aggressive he was being. The night before all this shit with AskFM went down, me, Flat Biscuit, and Country were in a Skype call, and they were playing Call of Duty Zombies, and Biscuit went and like bought a gun off the wall or some shit, and he went, and Country was like, what'd you do that for? That's so fucking stupid. Why'd you fucking do that? You know we have to open up these fucking doors. What the fuck's wrong with you, Biscuit? Like, straight up cursed him out. And again, it was another one of those moments where it was just quiet and awkward in the Skype call, and I said, Country, you're being a dick. And you know what he told me? He told me, fuck off. His words exactly. He said, fuck off. So that's 3 times his behavior has been addressed. Once by Lux, once by Kristen, and once by me. 3 times. So then all the shit with AskFM goes down. And like I said, I told him he's being a jackass, and I don't want to associate with disrespectful people. I just told him, I said, I don't know what you have going on in your personal life, but you need to work it out and then come back. You know what, like, you know, we're cool, we're boys, whatever, but if you got some shit you need to handle, go handle it and come back and let me know when you're ready to, you know, just kick it and whatever, back to normal. And he flips out. He's like, I can't believe you would do this in public. I don't understand why you would do this. I'm done with you. We're supposed to be cool. You're supposed to come talk to me on Skype separately. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know, if we're supposed to be cool, if we're supposed to be boys, why is it okay for you to subtweet? Why is it okay for you to call me a faggot? Why is it okay for you to do all this shit, but if I say, Country, you're being a jackass, it's a problem. It's an issue. You see, it's so hypocritical. It's so hypocritical, left and right. And then on top of that, he was spoken to multiple times about his behavior and how he's treating people. But then if I say something on on Twitter, after it already being addressed 3 times privately, I'm in the wrong. So this is the same person that I went and raised money for. I mean, I understand that everyone donated for it, but you know, I didn't have to do that. We got him a new computer so that he could play Pokemon. Specifically, that's what he said, that he wanted to do more Pokemon content. What's he doing now on his channel? Minecraft? Basically, what it was I got burned in a friendship. I got him a new computer, and we took the necessary steps to get him, to let him know he was being a jackass, and he still flips out. So, to me, either something went down there, I don't want to speculate about what reasoning went behind it, or any of that shit, but just basically know he ended up turning out to be a jackass, and I am okay with moving on from that friendship. I'm completely detached from that. It's whatever. All of my series that I've ever done with Country on the channel have been privated. I have no interest in ever working with him again. I have no interest in speaking with him again. I have no interest in promoting his channel ever again. The only series that I have with Country that's still public on the channel is Red and Blue, and that's only because that's the only first gen Let's Play that I have, and the first chance that I get to redo Red and Blue, those videos will be privated as well. So, as I stated, if you want any sort of confirmation about anything that was said, you can go speak to Jamie, you can go speak to Lux, you can go speak to Kristen. I don't want to speak for them at all. So if they have a different version of the story, if they want to add anything or take anything away, whatever, talk to them. You can do whatever you want then, but that's what went down basically. So, as I said, when I first got into this is probably the longest answer that I've had for a question yet. As I said when I first got into it, that's the last time I'm going to mention on the channel. That's the only time I'm going to mention on the channel. Please do not tweet me about Country. I've already said multiple times that if you mention him and I in the same tweet, and you're intentionally trying to start something, that's an automatic block. I'm gonna block you on Twitter. I'm that serious about it. Move on. So, outside of that, next question comes from... yeah, this guy's got a question. Nat Lives, I'm guessing. Nat13VS. Says, I love this LP. Well, thank you. Even without the lock part, it was great. You're awesome, Nappy. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Anyway, from this Egglock, what was your favorite hatch and what was the least favorite? I'm waiting for X and Y. See it. Favorite hatch was probably Drax. Least favorite hatch was probably, I mean, out of the Pokemon that I've used, or just out of the Pokemon total. Out of Pokemon total was probably that one Heracross that didn't have any moves. So, yeah. So, Drax and then the Heracross with no moves. Next question comes from Mason McCharg. He says, do you prefer Altaria or Flygon? Damn! Give me the two worst dragons out there, in my opinion, the worst ones. The two worst dragons out there, and ask me to compare them. I like Altaria's design better, but I like Flygon's typing better, so I'm going to go with Flygon. Magnezone or Electivire? Easy, Electivire. Hands down, all day, every day. Garchomp or Haxorus? Garchomp. Again, the typing beats out Haxorus all day, every day. And when it comes down to statistical side of things, Garchomp is base 600. I think Haxorus is like base 540 or some shit like that. Haxorus is not pseudo-legendary. Garchomp is. So Garchomp, hands down. Next one comes from Disney224. It says, do you think they will make a Dragon Fairy type? I picture something like Militia. I'm guessing that might be Milotic. And autocorrect fixed it for him. In my top 5 potential fairies, Milotic was number 1. Spoiler alert. So I could see, I mean, number 1, they're not going to change Milotic's typing like that because it's already part water. But could I see them making a Dragon Fairy? Maybe. Maybe. Would I want a Dragon Fairy? No. I think that there's so much hype for Dragon Fairy right now that if they came out with a Dragon Fairy, that would kind of just like nullify everything, and I think it's just not the right time. So maybe in 7th gen I could see a Dragon Fairy, but right now, yeah, then he corrects himself right here. This is Milotic. Right now, no, but you never know what's gonna happen. Never know. Next question comes from Alda Hacks. He says, worst Wi-Fi battle you ever had? I don't do Wi-Fi battles. I'm not saying that I don't want to do Wi-Fi battles, it's just I don't actively participate in Wi-Fi battles, like actual Wi-Fi battles on 3DS. On Showdown, I can't remember the worst battle I've ever had on Showdown. 2-on-1, text only, okay, Rapid Spin. So yeah, I don't remember, out of all the battles I've ever had on Showdown, bro, I don't remember the worst one. Next question comes from Leader Without a Plan. He says, why do you believe the Flying Gym in X and Y, if there is one, will have sky battles? That would limit the player and force them to use a specific set of Pokemon. I agree. That's one point that I haven't really thought about. I just said that in the roundtable because it's like it's a new aspect to the game, and outside of like 1 or 2 trainers on a route having it, like why would they introduce an entirely new way to battle and not place a major emphasis on it? That's the way I see it. Unless like you can just run into any trainer anywhere and they're like, let's have a sky battle, and you go there. But still, it seems like with the way they hyped it when the game was first announced, this all new way to battle with sky battles, it would make sense to me for them to have a gym. That's all. So next one, Fiatra Burns says, question of the day: why did you start YouTube? Because it just looked fun. It was one of those things where I looked at it and it was like, I mean, that looks like fun to do. I mean, that was about 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago. I don't remember exactly the reason that made me go out and get the Dazzle, or the exact reason that made me want to put together a video, but it was just fun. I don't regret starting YouTube, if that's any compensation. So, next question comes from PokeBrawler150. Says, Joe Nappy, I'm a big fan of anime. I was wondering if you could watch Attack on Titan. One of these days I will. I don't really like watching series that come out weekly. The only series that I watch that's like that is The Walking Dead, and that's it. That's about to start real soon, actually. But besides that, I don't like watching series week to week, so if I watch Attack on Titan, I'm gonna have to wait until they're a good portion of the way into the series, or until they end the series, and then just watch everything through there. But from what I've seen from Attack on Titan, it looks really good, and I wouldn't have a problem watching it. It recently ended, as 25 episodes. I'm pretty sure the new season ended because, like, I talked to Nexus and Jay and Kristen, and they all watched it and shit. But I'm pretty sure that the series itself is not over. But I may be wrong. Now for the Pokemon question. It doesn't have to be a Pokemon question. Will you interact with subscribers with X and Y? If so, how? I mean, sure. I mean, someone asked me on my Ask FM earlier if I would be interested in doing Wi-Fi battles with subscribers, like adding friend codes and shit. The only issue with that is you can only have so many friends on a 3DS. So what would end up happening is if I did a Wi-Fi battle, it would probably take place through Twitter. I'd say, hey, I'm looking for somebody to battle. You know, let me know. Which is, again, another reason why it's good to follow me on Twitter. And what would end up happening is, after we're done with our Wi-Fi battle, I'd probably end up removing the person off the friends list. Unless, like, I really, really knew them well, or, you know, we had some really good battles or whatever, and I wanted to battle you again. I'd probably end up removing you off my friends list. Or what would end up happening is, I would get a friends list, and it would be full, and then I have to remove people. And then everyone says, Nappy, why did you remove me? You're such a fucking dick. It's like I can't win. So outside of Wi-Fi battles and, like, questions of the day in the Let's Plays, I mean, there's really not a whole lot of ways that we can interact, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know all the different things we can do in X and Y yet, but once the games come out, I'll find out something. So, next question comes from Postman Pat. Says, if you were a Pokemon trainer in real life, what 6 Pokemon would you have? A team of Magikarps, bro. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the questions that want me to choose all these different Pokemon. Like, I mean, I don't know. Empoleon, Torterra, Garchomp. I mean, it's hard to come up with a team of 6 off the top of my head. I mean, that's just how it is. That was an issue that I had in the 10K Q&A. Next question comes from Prototype X969. What was your least favorite Pokemon next to Keldeo? Ditto. I hate Ditto. I don't like him. I don't like his design. I don't like his purpose. I don't like any of that. And before somebody says, oh, well, he's great for breeding. Great. Let him be great for breeding. I really don't care. I don't like Ditto. Just how it is. Next question comes from the Pokemon I already revealed in X and Y. Who are you going to use on your team? Don't want to talk about that yet. Also, you're going to make your character black. Probably. It doesn't really matter to me. Like, skin color doesn't really matter to me. It's just an avatar in the game. Like, I'm more concerned about the new Pokemon, the new features that are added in the game. And when I say new features, I mean, like, the actual 3D world that you get to walk around in. Like, that's what's going to impress me. Not the fact that I can change the shade of my skin tone. Because, you know what? That's been available in games for a very long time. Nintendo's actually really, really late on that. Or not Nintendo, Game Freak's actually really, really late on that. I mean, how long have you, like, go back to San Andreas. How long ago did San Andreas come out? You can customize your guy in there left and right, up and down. Well, actually, wait, I don't think you can change his skin tone in that one. You can just change, like, his muscle mass and shit. I don't know, but the point I'm making is the ability to customize your character, including skin tone, has been around for a very long time, and Game Freak's kind of late with it. So, yeah, I'm not really all too super hyped about it. Next question comes from Destiny Darkrai. Yo, Nappy, what is your favorite Elite Four member, Agatha, and your least favorite gym leader? Agatha's my favorite just because she's got Gengars. Or Lance, Gen 1 Lance, he's cool too. What is your least favorite gym leader? Probably... Like, I'm trying to think hard about it, but I keep coming back to Flannery from 3rd Gen just because of how irrelevant she is. Like, to me, she just seems irrelevant. Like, she's one of those forgotten gym leaders. Like, whenever I get to that point in the game, I'm always like, where do I go next? Where do I go? Oh, yeah, I gotta go to Lava Ridge Town, or where the fuck she's at, and do all that stuff. So, probably her, just because she's irrelevant to me. Next question comes from Lucas, and I've never been able to pronounce that, so I'm just gonna call you Lucas. What is your favorite Pokemon to use in this Egglock? Drax. Next question comes from Casper Lizlevin. Says, as you know, some Pokemon are 4 times weak to a single type, like Drax is 4 times weak to fighting. Is there a Pokemon type that isn't 4 times effective to... Is there a Pokemon type that isn't 4 times effective to any Pokemon? Not Pokemon combination, but excising Pokemon? I'm going to answer this question based upon how I'm interpreting it. Is there any Pokemon that isn't 4 times effective to any Pokemon? Well, normal type is not effective. I mean, normal type's not super effective on anything. So that kind of answers your question right there. So there are no... Normal type cannot be 4 times effective on any Pokemon. So there you go. I guess that answers the question. But I mean, it's a hard question to answer because you get 4 times effective when you have two types that you're effective against. So like for example, like electricity is super effective against water. Electric is super effective against water. Electric is super effective against flying. So those are 2 times effective respectively each. When you get a Pokemon like Swanna or Pelipper that's both water and flying, then electric becomes 4 times effective. So you can't really sit there and say, is there any type that isn't 4 times effective on any Pokemon, because there's always that chance that a type can be 4 times effective on a Pokemon, except for normal, because normal is not super effective on anything. So, yeah. Next question comes from Infinite Chaos. He says, if Pokemon were real, what would your ideal team be? Come on! Come on! If Pokemon were real, I'd have a Gengar and Empoleon and a pond full of Magikarps. How's that? Next question comes from Winston Mafook. He says, will it feel weird when you do the 6th gen split screen with Cuddles without a speed button, or will you have a speed button? Like I said before, we will not have a speed button, but I think we're going to be so hyped over the game, and after maybe 1 or 2 episodes, we'll just be used to it. So, yeah. Next question comes from Rinzaru Shratre. What's your favorite Pokemon to use in this LP? Drax. Next question comes from the crazy Nintendo man with the Poliwhirl. I was about to call him Poliwrath. I couldn't remember Poliwhirl for a second. The Poliwhirl avatar. Do you like the Y legendary more than the X legendary? Yes, I like Yveltal more than Xerneas. I just like his typing and his design better. That's all. Next question comes from Squid the Beast. He says, what 6 Pokemon would have wanted to have had the entire Let's Play? What 6 Pokemon would I have wanted to have the entire Let's Play? I mean, I don't really know, because it's hard to say, because if I hadn't lost Buddy the Monferno, or what was her name? I can't remember her name. Clover the Curlia, because if I would have had a Gardevoir on my team, I wouldn't have gotten a Gallade. So if I wouldn't have lost those Pokemon, I don't know. That's hard to say. What 6 Pokemon would I have won throughout the entire LP, and then combine that with the Kanto team I had too. I mean, I don't tell you. Next question comes from Ben Court. He says, what is your favorite Pokemon ability? Not anything like Wonder Guard. That shit is OP. I like Levitate. I really like Levitate. Not just because Gengar has it. I just like the idea of fucking with people and being off the ground. I like Levitate. I feel like there's one that's really, really obvious that I'm not thinking of. Super Luck is nice. Speed Boost is nice, like I mentioned with Sharpedo earlier. Speed Boost is nice. I don't know, there's a lot of them, but I guess I'll go with Levitate. Next question comes from Derpy Weavile. Says, was Pokemon one of the first games you ever played? I guess. I'm pretty sure when I was a kid, I was more so into PlayStation when it first started, because that's like where I got introduced to gaming, was from my brother, and then I think I then went to Game Boys. So, was it one of the first games I played? Yes. Was it the first? Probably not. Probably not. Next question comes from Eric Clements. If you could have any party of 6, what would they be? Next question comes from Raju Desi. How old are you? I am 21. I turned 21 on September 20th, so not that long ago. Next question comes from Brandon White. What is that song? Every song that I ever use in a video will be linked in the description. Every song that I've ever used in a grinding montage in Sacred Gold is in the description. Just all you gotta do is read, yo. Just read. Next question comes from HJ Comet herself. She says, what are you majoring and or minoring in at college? I don't have a specific major just yet, but it is liberal arts in the field of history. But I would eventually like to become a history teacher. History is the one subject throughout my entire time at school that I've actually ever been really interested in, and that I've ever actually performed well in. Every other subject like English or science or whatever, I've always done like mediocre, maybe sometimes I get an A in it, whatever. And then math, don't even talk to me about math. I hate math. I gotta do math homework after this. But history is the only class that I've ever held a steady A in, and I just love it. I absolutely love history. I can sit and watch the History Channel all day long. I love history. And I never understand why people say that, you know, history's boring, history sucks. History is just one big book. That's all it is. If you ever sit down and you read a book for an English project, or if you like reading or whatever, that's really all it is. You know, you open it up and you start at chapter 1 and you just go through it. That's all it is. It's a big storybook. But the only difference is that this is 100% factual. All of this actually happened. And I agree with that age-old saying that, we don't know where we're going unless we know where we come from. And that's true. You're bound to repeat your mistakes if you don't learn from them. So, I enjoy history a lot. Next question comes from Brent Bosch 28. He says, Nappy, would you think it would be cool to have a new type in 7th, sorry if I spelled that wrong, that is weak to normal? Hey, look at that. We were just talking about that. I'm actually going to take a sip of water real quick. Because I am parched. That is weak to normal. It would definitely be interesting, and it would definitely change up competitive battling a lot. Because, you can already see how Fairy type has fucked up the basic actions of the game, and how they've had to, nerf Steel types, and because they nerf Dragon types and shit like that. Would it be cool? Sure, but I think that it kind of fits normal too well. Like, normal is just supposed to be normal. It's not supposed to be, like, crazy good or unique in its way at all. Like, it's just normal. So I can understand why they didn't make it effective on anything. Next question comes from HJ Combat again. She says, what aspect of 6th generation are you most excited about so far? The new Pokemon. That's how I always am. The new Pokemon. Every time a new generation comes out, I just want to see the new Pokemon. And I really don't care about spoilers or leaks. I'm a grown-ass man. Well, supposedly I'm a grown-ass man, even though I play Pokemon. I'm a kid at heart, you guys. But, I'm grown. Like, I'm not going to sit here and bitch and cry about spoilers. And let's not even get into all that right now. But, I just want to see the new Pokemon. That's all. Next question comes from the Mad Trico, and this is driving me crazy. I'm going to see if I can fix this over here just a little bit more. Probably not. I probably just fucked all that up. Oh well, it's fucked up. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. If I fucked it up, then I apologize. Next question. Actually, I'm kind of superstitious about this, so I'm just going to take it back down. Oh well, it's all distorted. I fucked it up! Shit! Next question comes from the Mad Trico. He says, X or Y, and what is the worst Pokemon game ever? I'm getting both, and the worst Pokemon game ever, I'll kill you if you say Black 2, just kidding. Worst Pokemon game ever is probably, I don't know the name off the top of my head, whatever that, I think it was for the GameCube or some shit like that, whatever the game that just lets you access your Pokemon boxes, that was it. Like, you could just look at your Pokemon boxes, and that's all you could do. That's the worst Pokemon game ever. Next question comes from the Classic Scorpion. He says, which LP out of all the games you played has been your favorite? Sacred Gold. I just had so much fun playing it. The idea of an Egglock is so unique and just, it's fun. I enjoyed Sacred Gold the most. Next question comes from Nappy. It comes from Ciaran Staber. Nappy, dude, you're awesome. Thank you. And sorry about the Egglock. Oh, thank you. My question is, do you think Drax will make it to your top 10 one day? Tyranitar is definitely up there. I don't know. I gotta redo my top 5, because top 5 favorite Pokemon was the first top 5 that I ever did, and that's, we're going on what, like, that was what, like 9-10 months ago, and so things have definitely changed. But you never know. He might, if I continue to use Tyranitar and he turns out to be amazing, then he may end up getting in the top 5 one day. Next question comes from something I can't read. Some name I can't read because I don't speak that language. But it says, how old are you, Nappy? I'm 21. Next question comes from Legit Llama Lover. It says, who is your favorite 6th gen Pokemon so far? Tyrantrum. He is amazing. I love the fact that we have a King T-Rex Pokemon, and the fact that he's Dragon typing. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love everything about him. So yeah. Next question comes from Big Boy 7604. It says, how am I going to decide between Mega Charizard X or Arm Cannons? I need to have both on my team. Also, what are you going to play first, X or Y? Y, I'm going to be playing first, and is this question a joke? Arm Cannons all day, yo. Blastoise beats out Charizard in every single way. And Charizard fans out there, get mad, get butthurt, see if I give a fuck. Spoiler alert, I don't. Blastoise has always been my favorite. Charizard's probably my least favorite Kanto starter. Blastoise is easily my favorite. So when I saw Mega Blastoise, that big ass cannon on his back, love him. Love him, love him, love him, love him, love him, love him. Orange Robot says you should put, for the people did that. Callum did that on his stuff. May contain seizures of people with photosensitivity. One day. Liam Drury says, what is your real name? A lot of people don't know this because a lot of people don't pay attention. My real name is Kyle. Doesn't fit, right? A lot of you guys didn't see that one coming. A lot of you guys think my real name is Tyrone. It's not. That just came from one time we were doing a Google Hangout, and I didn't want my actual name on there, so I just came up with some fake ass name like Tyrone Jenkins or some shit, and it just stuck on my Gmail, and it was just one of those things we gave out in live streams. But yeah, doesn't really fit me. A lot of people say that, but that's what it is. Solar Septum says, do you like Gen 3? And if not, why? I love Gen 3, yo. Next question comes from Don14. Says, what happened between you and Country? I already went over that. Next question comes from, who's your least favorite starter Pokemon and why? Probably Trico. I just don't like Trico. I don't like his design. I don't think Sceptile is up to par with Meganium and Venusaur. Again, it's all personal preference. If you love Sceptile, then more power to you. I just don't like him. That's all I can say. I just don't like him. Who's next? Next question comes from Blue Shirt Guy 315. He says, Q&A Nappy, what is your favorite YouTubers and what is your favorite game instead of Pokemon? And please say it was John 315. Then I know you answered mine, so I know you did lie. What the fuck? I don't know. Favorite YouTubers, Vsauce. More specifically, Vsauce 3. I love Vsauce and Vsauce 3. Vsauce 3 focuses a little bit more on gaming. I love both of them. Love Vsauce. I could sit and watch Vsauce for hours. Favorite game instead of Pokemon? I like Dungeon Defenders and Borderlands. Borderlands 2 and Dungeon Defenders I could sit and play for hours as well. Love them shits. Next question. It comes from Elborg027. It says, my boy Nappy, what is your favorite movie? Space Jam. Everybody get up. It's time to slam down. I love Space Jam. That's a classic right there. I love it. 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 Next question comes from Colin Styles. Says, I have two questions. Answer either. Will you ever work with Hayden or Shofu for a song or an LP? Number one, I've already done a song with Shofu. It's called Champion. Look it up on my channel. Hayden, I've never spoken to before. I think he might have retweeted one of my tweets on Twitter one time. And that's all about all the interaction I've ever had with Hayden. So, everything's up in the air with that one. And what are your favorite sports teams for all sports? This is like the name your 6 favorite Pokemon from every gen question again. Anyways, next question comes from Rodney Borg. He says, hey Nappy, I was just wondering as a question, do you think X and Y will be the best Pokemon game so far? It'd be awesome if you answer this. I feel like with X and Y, they're focusing more so on developing the game itself. You know, it's like Pokemon needs to take this step into that 3D aspect, and that's what they're doing. And I think that's what they're focusing on. So I think just off of shock value, everybody's going to say, oh my god, this is the best Pokemon game they've ever made. But until I actually sit down and play it, and get to judge it for the storyline, the Pokédex, the region, just everything that encompasses it like I have for the previous gens, I can't sit here and say that, yes, this is going to be the best Pokemon game ever. Because for all we know, we could get our hands on Pokemon X and Y, and it could be the shittiest game we ever played. It just looks nice, you know? So I don't know. Next question comes from Sarams T. Nappy, what is your favorite Pokemon game? Pokemon Silver. I love 2nd gen. Silver is the classic, and if you want to include Soul Silver, then by all means go ahead. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Next question comes from Lucky9827HD. Would you like for 7th gen Pokemon to have 3 types? Also, would you want a Water Electric starter? I'm not a huge fan of Water Electric. That's one of those unique typing that's just kind of like, what? But Water Electric starter, I mean, anything's possible. We have a Water Dark starter in 6th gen. Spoiler alert! We have a Water Dark starter, or Final Evo starter in 6th gen. So anything could happen. I'm just kind of really indifferent to that. Would you want Pokemon with 3 types? No. I think that would complicate the game so much that it would just, it's one of those things that's just not necessary. Like, it would eventually just get to the point where it's just not fun because there's so many intricacies about the game that you have to remember. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass on that one. Next question comes from, what is your favorite season of the anime? I guess Gen 1. I don't really keep up with the anime all that much. I watched it when I was a kid, and I grew out of it. I still played the games, but I didn't really watch the show. So, Gen 1 anime, I guess, the original. Next question comes from Jordan Slim. He says, if you could Wi-Fi battle one person, who would it be? Jesus! I want to Wi-Fi battle Jesus! I mean, I don't know. I don't do Wi-Fi battling, like I said earlier. Next question comes from Prototype X969. I'm pretty sure he had a question already. Oh, that's not a question. Anyways, it's a comment. Next one comes from Mr. Noah Cow. Almost said not Chow. Mr. Noah Cow. In Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, who do you think Gary Oak beat to become champion? I like how you reference Fire Red and Leaf Green. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, even though they're based off the original Red and Green, so in Red and Green, who do I think Gary Oak beat to become champion? I don't think that the game had that much storyline at that point. I think it was just one of those things where they were going for shock factor in the sense that, oh my god, your rival's the strongest Pokemon trainer you have to fight. You know, it was one of those things. So, was there a champion at that time? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe Oak was the champion. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they didn't have a champion up to that part. Maybe Lance just smashed everybody until Gary Oak came along. So, who knows? Next question comes from Starburn001. Says, why do you play Pokemon versus all other games out there? Is it nostalgia? Interesting spelling of nostalgia there, buddy. Or is it the game itself? I play Pokemon. I've been playing it since Gen 1 when I was a kid. The thing that a lot of people don't realize about Pokemon, and this is a reoccurring theme with a lot of different things out there, and once I explain this to you guys, you'll notice it across a lot of different things. The reason that Pokemon does so well is, number one, they have a decent storyline. Number two, it's a decent sized game. And number three, they have that collection aspect to it. If you look at all things that are popular out there, 9 times out of 10, they will have a wide array or wide variety of things that allows the player to choose. You know, when Pokemon first came out, they gave you 150 choices. 151 choices if you want to include Mew. They give you all these choices and all these different combinations of Pokemon that you can play with. I'm sure you guys know that you get attached to certain Pokemon. You like them more than others. You know, there's that feeling of individuality when you play the game. Now look at like shit by today's standards. Look at Skylanders, the little Spyro toys. How many different Skylanders heroes are there? There's like a shit ton, and it's that same principle. You know, when your little kid goes up and wants to play Skylanders, they can't have that one. They gotta have the other one because they like that one better. You know, they've formed that bond, that connection, and they feel like, hey, I could choose from all of these, but which one is for me? You know, that's the reason that Yu-Gi-Oh! Did so well, because it's the exact same way. You know, there's all these different cards out there, all these different monsters, these different trap cards, all that shit that you can choose from. It's that collection aspect. So, that's probably what got me hooked when I first started playing, and I don't continue to play Pokemon for nostalgia. If that was the case, I would only do red and blue and green and yellow. I just play it because I like it. It's Pokemon. Next question from Sapphire Firestorm says, after you do X and Y, will you do another Egglock? Time will tell. Like I said, that's a long ways from now, so I can't say yes or no right now. We'll just have to see. Next question comes from Silver Salse. He says, what is your favorite move in the Pokemon universe? Probably Surf. I like the animation in most gens, and it's a strong water type move. Water type's my favorite. And 9 times out of 10, Surf will just do damage. Doesn't matter what your typing is, unless it's like a grass type or some shit. But Surf will fuck people up. So yeah. Next question comes from Marisol Peaton. So you lose the whole Egglock if you lose one team when you have other Pokemon in your on-call box. Certain people play Nuzlocke differently. I know the traditional Nuzlocke rules say that once you white out, that's it. You're actually supposed to end the game. That's game over. A lot of YouTubers will continue the LP, kind of like I did with, well, I didn't continue the LP for Platinum because we were basically at the end. But the only reason I continue this is because, you know, I didn't want to start a brand new project with like 2 weeks until X and Y comes out. And a lot of you guys still enjoyed it after the lock portion was done, but traditionally in a Nuzlocke, once you white out, that's game over. It doesn't matter what you have on your PC, doesn't matter about any of that shit. Once you white out, it's over. I know some people do play like that, where if you white out, you lose that team. If you still have Pokemon on your PC, you can continue. It's really just personal preference. Next question comes from Shiny Slacking. He says, my question is, do you like slacking? I'm kind of indifferent to him. It's whatever. Like, I don't love slacking, I don't hate slacking. Whatever. Next question comes from Ryan JW023. He says, hey Nappy, what's your favorite music in all the Pokemon games? The Team Rocket Hideout music. And Glitch City actually just uploaded a remix of that shit. Go check that shit out. It is amazing. The Team Rocket music, that and the Red Lance battle theme are like the most, I don't know what word I'm looking for here. Recognizable, nostalgic, whatever. I love them shits. I love them. Love them, I love them, I love them, love them, love them. I love them. Next question comes from Foxy Tales. If you had to choose a partner to adventure with in Pokemon Universe, who would it be? Gengar, yo, of course. And what Pokemon would you start with your adventure? No legends. Either Ghastly or Piplup. Easily. Maybe a Squirtle. Next question comes from Davy Jones. If he's playing this as a ROM and using Desmond, how can you even trade to get the eggs? Thought you couldn't go on Wi-Fi on Desmond. Davy Jones, you didn't watch the beginning of the Let's Play. That's fine. It's all done through Pokegen, bro. You don't know what Pokegen is? Google's your friend. Next question comes from Focused Aura D. It says, what starter Pokemon are you choosing for X and Y? What version are you getting? I'm getting both. Don't know yet. Next question. Nope. That's not a question. Pokemon X or Pokemon Y? I'm getting both. What's your team for X and Y going to be? I already answered that. Somebody answered Homeboy's question. Pokegen, Pokegen, Pokegen. Next question comes from Brent Bosch 28. Nappy, do you play Mortal Kombat? Not religiously. I played it when I was growing up, and I'm not a huge fan of like fighting or racing games because they get boring to me after like the first day. Because I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over and over again. Like I'm not doing anything different each time. It's just the race, and I'm just punching and kicking you. Next question. What we do next? Let's play B. Pokemon Y, bro. Pretty sure I said that in the episode. Next question comes from 789 PokeFan. He says, Batman or Superman? Superman. I take that back. Batman. I like Batman more than Superman. Number 2, PS3 or Xbox 360. I have both. I play the 360 more so than the PS3, but both of them are very rare. Number 3, PS4, Xbox One. I don't know. I've never played either one of them. COD or Battlefield? COD. I don't like Battlefield. Personal preference. Next question comes from Nmast. What are rhetoric top 5 Pokemon that you feel are underrated? What are rhetoric top 5 Pokemon? That doesn't make sense. Rhetoric top 5 Pokemon. So like you know the top 5 Pokemon already? You're just being a dick and asking me anyway. That I feel are underrated. Magmar. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of 5 underrated Pokemon off the top of my head right now. Magmar, Mamoswine. That's all I can think of right now, bro. Next question comes from AJ Manx. Are you excited about fairy types? Fuck you, AJ. Everybody knows I'm not excited about fairy types. Next question. That's not a question. Next question comes from Look at Jaguar. He says, do you agree with the steel debuff in X and Y? If you do not, then why? I personally do, a nice vid Nappy. Well, thank you. Look at Jaguar. I think I talked about this in the X and Y Roundtable. I know I talked about it on one of the Cephazon's Elite Four podcasts. I agree with it in the sense that, I mean, the way you have to look at it is they nerfed the highest attackers in the game, which are dragon types. So in turn, in order to balance it, they have to nerf the highest defensive Pokemon, which are steel types. So it only makes sense. Next question comes from Animaniac X. Says, Nappy, what is your favorite personal LP you've done, and what is your favorite co-op LP that you've done? Favorite personal LP I've done is Sacred Gold. The only co-ops I've done are with Kristen and Callum. Dark Rising would have been better. I mean, Black and White was a lot of fun. It was the first time I played through 5th gen, so I'm going to go with Black and White. Next question comes from Greg Orp DePerv. Whatever your name is, bro. What is your favorite Pokemon, including the Kalos region? Gengar. Gengar, hands down. Next question comes from Portuguese032. Says, if you could take over the gym for any gym leader, whose would it be and what Pokemon would you use? Morty, yo. Morty. Use all them Gengars, yo. Next question comes from Renegade Dwarfy. Says, if you remember, what's your first Pokemon team? No, I don't remember that, bro. That was 15 years ago. Set up second trick room, yada yada yada. Close combat, Swirly Toad. You are not black, unlawful, you can go to hell. Next question comes from MadWolf24. Nappa. What's your favorite thing about Pokemon on YouTube? Favorite thing about Pokemon is the Pokemon themselves. And YouTube is probably just the interaction with all the different subscribers, like doing shit like this, where I get to actually interact with you guys and talk about. I don't want to say talk about you guys, but like I'm talking about you guys in the sense like you left comments and shit. Just the interaction, period. Like through Twitter, comments, everything, all that shit. And everybody on this page is from this same fucking country, which is Earth. It's not even a country. They're all from Earth. But yeah, I guess it's just the interaction. You know, it's awesome when somebody can say that, you know, this part of the video or this Let's Play made me laugh so hard, or, you know, I come home and I had a bad day at school and I see your video in the sub box and it just brightens my day. You know, just shit like that. Just the basic interaction with subscribers is amazing. So I love it. Love it. I try to do as much as I can. Next question comes from Mega D Films. Mega Double D Films says, Nappy, what is your favorite Pokemon in X and Y besides Tyrantrum? This nigga knows me. Besides Tyrantrum, probably... Without giving away too much, probably... I like Pyroar. I like Malamar. I'm just gonna go with Pyroar. There's too many to think of right now on the top of my head. I like Clauncher, so I don't know. Next question is Cuban Boy 0179. Nappy, my question is, have you ever had a girlfriend? Well, you probably have because you're so awesome, but anyways, if so. Yeah, I went through like all of high school and I interacted with females and they interacted with me, and we're gonna leave it at that. Yes, I've had a girlfriend, yo. Next question comes from Yellow Orb 98. What is your favorite 3rd gen Pokemon? There's a lot of good 3rd gen Pokemon. A lot of 3rd gen Pokemon that I like. Probably Walrein. It's probably my favorite 3rd gen Pokemon. Next question comes from Craig Muir. Best moment in any Pokemon game? Don't know, yo. That's way too general. Next question comes from Chris Can Craft. Can I ask my question through Twitter? I have no. I'm gonna say no because I'm answering the questions on here, and these questions were left a week ago. So if you asked me a question a week ago on Twitter, I wouldn't even be able to go back through my mentions to find that, yo. So sorry, bro. Next question comes from Apocalyptic Monkey. He says, what do you like best about Pokemon X and Y? The Pokemon. Crimson Knight, do you think other legends besides Mewtwo will get Mega Evolutions? If not, why? Sure. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We won't know until the games come out, but I don't think that legends need Mega Evos. I can understand Pseudos. I think Pseudos are a stretch, but I think they just did... they gave Mewtwo a Mega Evo just because it ties in with the movie, and if they are doing DNA shit with X and Y, then it just makes sense. Next question comes from Finn Wilshire. Favorite member in this LP? Easily Drax, yo. Easily. Reason why you and Big Country stopped talking, or to answer that? En masse, again, the same question. We're not getting duplicates here. AVK Prophet. What is your favorite stuster? I guess that's starter. Probably Squirtle. Or Piplup, actually. Piplup and Squirtle. Piplup probably just because I like Empoleon a little bit more than Blastoise, but I don't know, they're kind of close. Next question comes from Liam Mulholland. What do you think about X and Y this far? Tyrantrum. I think it looks great. I mean, we've kind of already touched on X and Y a lot anyways. Next question comes from Aiden Melvin. Do you think Charizard X will be OP? No, because rocks will still fuck him up. A lot of people don't realize that you don't send out Charizard in the Charizard X form. You have to send him out and then Mega Evolve. So if Stealth Rocks are out, Charizard's still going to get destroyed by Stealth Rocks before he even Mega Evolves. So yeah. And then a Fairy type, well, Fairy type's not going to fuck him up, but another Dragon type will destroy him. So yeah, there you go. Next question comes from Disco Rainbow Katroopaloop. This is, who's your favorite YouTuber, Nappy? Vsauce 3. And my B-Day's Friday. Well, happy belated birthday, because by the time you've seen this, it's already been your birthday, yo. Next question comes from Gem Zach. What age do you want to get married? Also, what is your girl? What age do I want to get married? Preferably probably before 30. And what is your girl? No clue what that means. What is your girl? Human. I mean, I don't know how to reply to that. Next question comes from It's Miza. He says, how did you meet Hoodlum Scrafty? Callum and I met a long time ago. I mean, back when I had like 2,000 subscribers and Callum had like 1,500 or some shit like that. And I think, like, I remember seeing him follow me on Twitter, and I think that was the first time I ever actually like heard of him. I think when he followed me on Twitter, and I think it was just regular conversation from there on out. Like, I followed him back because I saw he did Pokemon. And we just talked, yada yada yada, back and forth, and as we got to know each other a little bit better, a lot of people, and this was like as we were like individually growing ourselves, because we're both growing at a rapid pace, because this is like over the summer, and a lot of our fans together were like, you guys should do something, and you know, after the couple months where we kind of knew each other and we were talking back and forth, eventually we decided to sit down and come up with something. That's where Dark Rising came from. So yeah. That's how I met Hoodlum Scrafty, was through Twitter. Can't read comments on my phone, but yeah. Next question comes from S4ZXPMC. Do you think there'll be a 3DS emulator? Eventually, if people work hard enough on it, sure. But I think it's going to take a lot to get it done. That's all. Next question comes from Tanish. Okay. Tan Ishayo. I give up. What is your favorite shiny Pokemon? I did do a top 5 shiny types, but it is Hydreigon. Let's see here. Next question comes from K Rennis 11. Which evolution has the best design in your opinion? Best design, probably Glaceon. I just like the way it looks. Espeon's cool, Umbreon's a faggot, but I like Glaceon a lot. I don't know why. I think it looks the best. Fry, Oskin, King Nappy is not black. What? You're late to the party, bro. What does Vading have to say? Next question comes from Vading. Nappy, we ever finished the Mini Ninjas LP? A lot of you guys don't know this, but Mini Ninjas was actually the first LP I ever did on this channel. And I did like 13 episodes of it, and then for whatever reason I just stopped. And that was like a year ago, and I never came back to it. So, will I ever finish it? Maybe. We'll see. I can't give you a definite yes or no on that. Next question comes from Nerdy Nerd. I always read that as Nerdy Ned. Nerdy Nerd 73. What is the top 5 underrated Pokemon for you? And if you don't feel like answering this, you could make a top 5 underrated Pokemon. Let's make a top 5 underrated Pokemon. So you can give me some time to think about that. Next question, Carlos Lima. Do you think it'll be a 3DS emulator, if not 2DS? 2DS does not play in 3D, I'm pretty sure. So it's just a DS emulator. Desmume is already out, so they already have a 2DS emulator technically. So I already answered the question on the 3DS thing. Let's see, who else do we have? The Alpha King says, if you could live in the most recent Pokemon dimension, then what team would you have, and what team would you want your rival to have? Asking me to name 12 Pokemon on the top of my head, bro. I have no clue. No clue. Will you do X or Y? Absolutely. X or Y, both. What is your Snitch 306 says, what is your next ROM hack you're going to do? I say Ash Gray. I already did Ash Gray. No clue what my next ROM hack is going to be. What is your favorite aspect of Pokemon? The Pokemon themselves, yo. Real Exploding Ninja says, if you could have your own gym, what type would it be and what Pokemon would you use? Water type and water type Pokemon. There you go. Next question comes from Night Ace. Is it possible to use Trick Room? Oh, nope, he's talking about that. What is your favorite city and gym in the Pokemon universe? Ecruteak City Gym. Mega Charizard X or Y? You're gonna make me answer that. I guess X. Stop swearing. He must be new. I'll reply to him right now. You must be new. Oh, damn it. Can we get a reply box? There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I hope I don't break everything. I hope I don't break everything. I shouldn't have done that. I'm not gonna worry about it. I had some issues recording this before I got on this take, so I'm not fucking with anything, but he must be new. What is your favorite game outside of Pokemon? I already answered that one. Could you do a cipher, please? That would be awkward to do a cipher. Shofu has his own cipher, so why would I like come out of nowhere and do my own? That would just look like I'm copying him. We do be doing a playthrough of X and Y when it comes out. Yes. Night Ace says, Pokemon you've been really impressed with while using him or her on Showdown. Roserade. Roserade I was actually shocked about because Roserade's kind of tanky when it comes to the special side. Roserade can tank like 3 ice beams. An Ice Punch is a one-shot. But Roserade, that really shocked me, because like the first time I was using Roserade and I saw, I think it was like a Milotic or some shit, use Ice Beam, I was like, oh god, there goes Roserade. But Roserade took it like a champ. And it can take like 2, maybe 3 Ice Beams if they're not crits, and then boom, Giga Drain, recover, whatever you got. I don't know if Roserade can learn recover, but Giga Drain for sure, get your health back up, or rest, or whatever you want to use. It's really nice, so Roserade. Daniel Martinez, what are some of the Pokemon you're definitely using on your team for Pokemon X and Y? Don't want to talk about that yet. Will the episode of Monday be a live stream? I guess Colin Jones is referring to this one, and no, it's not. Who's next? Sacred Gold question from Chris Cancraft. Is this the question you want to ask me on Twitter, bro? Do I like Quilladin, which is Chespin's evolution? He gets getting a lot of hate, but I like him. Do you? I think he's cool. He's my second favorite of the Kalos starters, so probably in the XLP that I do with Kristen, the co-op, I'll probably end up choosing Chespin, so that's the only one outside of me using Froakie and Y, but I'll probably end up using him, so I think he's cool. I'm kind of indifferent to him. Next question comes from Vading430. He says, what Pokemon have you tried to use that you would never use in a normal game, and it clutches at a battle for you that you thought you were guaranteed to lose? Example, Blazeback from me, Silent Battle, and got a Duat, Water Fighting in this ROM hack, Pansear, and Kricketot. I never used Kricketot in this ROM hack. You have a rotation battle. Kricketot destroyed half of Silent's team. So, basically he's asking, what Pokemon would... I wouldn't say that I would never use... What Pokemon have I tried to use that... Basically, what Pokemon have I used that kind of surprised me with how well it performed? Absol. I kind of answered that kind of, sort of, earlier on. So, Absol, I guess. I'll go with for that one. The Great Spike says, do you think X and Y can be the greatest Pokemon games of all time? I already answered that one. I told you guys there are going to be a lot of repeats. How much time do we have left? Got my handy dandy stopwatch here. We're about to hit the hour mark. Holy shit. Alright. Blake Larson says, whose death was the most painful for you? Probably Bill. Because when Bill died, I knew that the Let's Play was over. I mean, not the Let's Play, the Egglock was over. The lock portion. I knew once I lost my water type in that gym, it was lights out. Let's see here. Porcupine602 says, what would you rather... Whoa. What would you rather? Zombie apocalypse. Good spelling, bro. Alien invasion. Nuclear war. Or sun exploding. I can spell. Sun exploding? I guess, because that would be... I don't want to say that would be instant death. I don't know. Maybe nuclear war. I'm trying to think of like the easiest way to go. This is a real morbid question, bro. I guess nuclear war, because like if I got nuked, that would be like instant death. Because I think if the sun exploded, it would still take it a little while for us to feel its effects because we're so far away. And when I say a little while, I don't mean like a super long time, but I don't know. I guess nuclear war. Next question comes from Wrecking Crew 509. He says, what is your opinion on Mega Evolutions and how will they affect the game? Personally, I'm really impartial to Mega Evolutions. I think that they're cool, but do I think they're necessary? No. So I'm really just kind of impartial to them. I don't hate them, but I'm not like head over heels for them either. How will they affect the game? Obviously, they're going to have some stronger Pokemon in here. I think they're really trying to push that EV training option that they have, the Super Gym option that they have in 6th Gen, so I think that's one of the aspects that they added for. Alright, who we got next? The Golden Donkey. Who Dat Williams says, Nappy, who would you choose between Charizard, Rapidash, Arcanine, or Ninetales? Ninetales. Next question comes from Tony Daddy. He says, Nappy, out of all Let's Plays that you have done, and with all the Pokemon that you used in them, which Pokemon was your favorite? Out of all Let's Plays that I've done, probably my Hydreigon in the Black and White co-op with Kristen. I love Hydreigon. It's my second favorite Pokemon. Next we have, what made you start YouTube and how did you get your channel off its feet? What made you start YouTube? We kind of already talked about that. How did you get your channel off its feet? People ask me this all the time, like, what's my secret to success and how did I get popular and known on YouTube? I literally didn't do anything different. I just was me. And people enjoyed it, and you know, word of mouth, people told their friends, and people came and checked out the channel, And then not until about 10K, when I hit about 10K, did I really like try and reach out and branch out and network with other people. Oh, excuse me. Did I really try and network with other people? So I don't know. I don't know. I can't really like give you any sort of like I said. I was just me. Like I don't fake how I am in videos. I try to stay as consistent as I can. I try to keep up with subscriber interaction. That's all I can say. Do you prefer Mega Charizard X or Y? X. Let's see here. PokeCraft Gaming PCG says, question of the day: if a type was weak to normal, what do you think it should be and why? Okay, so in this hypothetical situation, because we've talked about normal a couple times, what would normal be weak to? I mean, what would be weak to normal? I feel like the first thing that comes to mind is electric. Not because it makes any sort of sense, but because electric only has one weakness as of right now, and that's ground. So I think adding that might do something. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to answer a question like that because everything is so perfectly balanced between the types. If you change something even as small as that, like it's gonna affect like 4 other things in that type tree as well. So it's kind of weird that way because you got to think about it like how many Pokemon would suddenly get stab moves that could take on an electric type. You know, like isn't normal type? Well, water type's the most is the most common type in the game, but I know normal is used on a lot of Pokemon, so all these Pokemon magically have become super effective on electric types. So it alters a lot of stuff. So yeah. Next question comes from Comedy is Our Game 678. It says, what type do you think the Pseudo Legendary is going to be in Gen 6? Pseudo Legend, I think it's going to be Dragon. And I think it might be Fairy. Maybe. I don't know. We might get 2 Pseudo Legends like in 3rd Gen. It's either going to be Dragon or Fairy. I don't see it really being anything other than that. Next question comes from Joey Reeser 007. Would you being paralyzed... Oh, no. That's talking about the video. Do you like more Charizard X, Charizard Y, Charizard X? So happy with the rest of development. Which pseudo besides Metagross is your favorite? From DJ Wolf 99. Hydreigon, yo, it's my second favorite Pokemon. Next question: do you have a 3DS capture card yet? Yes. Nappy, would Pokemon such as Gliscor, etc. get Mega Evos? No clue. I think that, well, I guess I feel like if I talk about this, then someone's gonna get upset because I'm spoiling the game for them. I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. No, I don't think that they should. Next question comes from Bob Patel. He says, which Pokemon and any Nuzlocke that you have done on your channel were you most sad about losing in any LP? Bill, yo, I was super sad to lose Bill. Bill was awesome. Nappy, which champion do you enjoy battling the most? Either Cynthia or Alder. I really enjoyed the battle with Alder in the black and white co-op that I did with Kristen. Cynthia I like battling just because Cynthia has that air of intimidation about her. So it's like Nintendo did a really good job developing her character. So Cynthia or Alder. Roger Walker, what's your favorite LP that you ever done? Sacred Gold. Game Rock 44 says, is this a party that could wreck anything? Staraptor, Luxray, Leavanny, Ampharos, Swampert, and Blaziken. What do you have? It's Staraptor. Staraptor is flying normal. Luxray is electric. Leavanny is bug grass, I think. I don't know what Leavanny's typing is off the top of my head. Ampharos is electric. Swampert's ground water. Blaziken's fire fighting. I mean, you got a lot of type coverage, but outside of Leavanny, what are you going to do against the Spiritomb? Outside of just like all-out attacks. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That ace card, Spiritomb. Who do we have next? LOL, what Bobby says, how do you feel about Mega Charizard X being in Origins? It's purely just for publicity. That's probably my least favorite part about Origins, is because Origins is supposed to be based off of the original games. Mr. Fuji has not been holding out on us for 15 years with Mega Stones. I think that was stupid. It was out of character. It was out of the way the story was supposed to go. So I do not like the fact that Mega Charizard X was in Origins. I don't. Next question comes from Chico Tusada, I'm guessing. Nope, not even a question. Alright then. Sean Sperlin says, do you think a Dragon Fairy or Fairy Dragon would be too OP since you play Bully? Do you think you'll play GTA 5? Probably won't play GTA 5 anytime soon, and Fairy Dragon, it might be OP, it might not. I mean, just because a Pokemon has a certain typing doesn't mean that they're OP. There's a lot of Pokemon out there with good typings that can get wrecked easily. So, it just depends on like what his stats and his moveset are. Christian Herrera, would you play Pokemon X now because of Mega Charizard X? I'm getting both, so I'm going to play both. I really don't care about Mega Charizard X, so it's not like he's going to influence my decision as it is. Next question comes from, where'd you get your team pictures in the background? Google.com/images. Just Google what you want, bro. Who is your least favorite 4th gen Pokemon? Is Chatot 4th gen? I'm going to go ahead and say Chatot, just because he's kind of useless to me. Next question, Sakura Anger Range, Sakuran Range, I don't know. Number 9. Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm so sorry about yawning. Favorite gym design? I like Clay's in Black 2, White 2. I like Skyla's in Black 2, White 2 as well. Anything but Lieutenant Surge's gym. I like. So yeah. Are you doing X and Y co-op? Just kidding. But what do you think of people getting X and Y early and leaking so many things? I think it's inevitable. I think if Nintendo or Game Freak was going to give out that many copies, or give out copies period, they should have known that shit was going to get leaked. So yeah, so I'm just kind of, it's whatever. Like, I figured it was going to happen. That's what happens with all games. This happens with most games. Whenever review copies are sent out, they get leaked because you can't trust everybody. Favorite normal type is Snorlax. Did a top 5 normal type as well. Question from Silver Tyranitar 1, Halo or COD? Call of Duty. I'm not really a Halo person. Don't hate on Halo. Just not really a Halo person. Seawalk Kenny, are you an ass man or a boob man? I'm an ass man, Seawalk Kenny. There you go. Our Angel Crash. It might be a stupid question, but how do I join? Oh shit! How do I join when you are live streaming on mobile? I can never find your channel. Well, my channel is youtube.com/TheKingNappy. You're on it right now because you left a comment. I don't really live stream that much anymore. But whenever I did live stream, it was always at the same time. So even if you doesn't come up in your sub box, you can just go to my channel and click on the live stream. Let's say live now, and you can watch it. Or just follow me on Twitter. I tweet it out. Z-Fighter or Star Fox? It's the same Pokemon, yo. Plasma's Bisharp says, will you ever do Pokemon FYI? Funny story about Pokemon FYI. I did everything for that. I have an intro made up for that. Luxie did the audio for it. I did the audio for the first episode, and it just came down to finding the time to make the actual graphics for it, and I just never got around to it. And now Pokemon X and Y is here, and it's just like, that's just all it was. It's like, it takes time to edit top 5 and everything else, and then Pokemon FY was one of those things that was just going to take even more editing, and I just didn't have time for it. So it's still an idea that's there. I haven't given up on it. I still have the project files for it and everything. The first episode is supposed to be on Pseudo Legends. It'll happen one of these days, hopefully. Will you ever do another Egglock? Absolutely. Do you think they'll make a Gen 3 remake? Eventually, sure. I see no reason for them not to. Who had the best verse in the Pokemon Cypher 2013 in your opinion? Shofu, I think, had the best verse. Sacred Fire, higher than Sacred Fire, higher than Mountain Pyre. I like that. Are you battling Red? Yep, I did that already. Do you follow or play sport, and if so, what sports? I really kind of fell out of sports after high school. I ran track when I was in high school, and I played soccer when I was really young. But I really don't follow any sports anymore. Again, it just comes down to I just don't have a lot of time to sit around and do shit. It's, you know, I wake up in the morning, I gotta do this, and this in the day, and if I have time left over, then sure. If you want to count wrestling, WWE, it's sports entertainment. It's not really a sport, but it's sports entertainment. So, if you want to include that, then sure. How do you think Gen 7 will look? How the fuck am I supposed to answer that? Gen 6 isn't even here yet. Question of the day from Bulba Turtle says, if Onslaught had died during the lock portion and you could choose any Pokemon to replace him with, excluding the Pokemon that evolved into pseudo-legendaries, who would you choose? Out of the Pokemon that we had, I'm guessing is what you're saying, probably either that Frostlass or an Alakazam, probably. Because I think at that point we hadn't hatched any other dragons. I know I hatched a couple Gibbles. I hatched a shit ton of Aerodactyls. I would love to use an Aerodactyl. But probably either a Frostlass or an Alakazam. Question of the day: who do you like more, Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan? Hitmonchan because his move pool is a little more diverse. Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Mach Punch, Hitmonlee. I mean, I guess they gave him Blaze Kick in later gens, but it's just more diverse. When's the next roundtable? I already answered that one. Are you interested in visiting Europe, and especially the Netherlands? It would be awesome to meet up. It would be awesome to visit Europe. Europe is not a place that's on my bucket list. If I ever had the opportunity to go to Europe for a reason, I would absolutely love to go to Europe. Like I said, it's not really on my bucket list. Like, I don't really have any, like, vacation destinations in Europe, per se. But if I ever came to a point in my life where I had the chance to go, then sure. When I ever visit the Netherlands, no clue. That's a little too specific. Like I said, I don't really have any drive to go anywhere in Europe as of right now. It would be awesome to meet up. I've never done a meetup before. I've never been recognized in public. I don't think my channel is big enough to really harbor either one of those as of yet. But you never know. One of these days, maybe. Maybe. What version of Gen 6 are you getting? I already answered that one, yo. See, now I feel like I'm just boring because I'm like just recycling the same shit over and over and over again. Next question comes from Nathan Timberland. He says, now that you've seen Mega Charizard X, do you think that Pokemon Y will have like a Mega Blastoise Y or Mega Venusaur Y? Maybe. Maybe not. They could have just done that for the Pokemon Origins thing. No clue. No clue. When's the next Pokérap from Seawalk Kenny? Pokérap itself from the Pokérap series, no clue. I've been working on this song with my boy Texas Dro. I would absolutely love to get it out this week, but I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. Again, it's just there's not enough hours in the fucking day. It's not enough hours to go to class, handle all your homework, and then do YouTube and do all this shit. Not enough hours in the day, yo. I'm tired right now. Next question. Nappy, have you ever considered, it comes from Avery Kisser, have you ever considered doing a thief lock of any generation? I've never heard of a thief lock, so no, I've never considered it. Next question comes from Cecil, I'm guessing, Cecile McKenzie. How is your view on Gallade changed since using Insane? It hasn't. I still don't like him. Nope, it's not a question. How do you feel about the early release of X and Y on Canada and Italy from Liz Miranda? I don't know. I think it's bullshit. I don't buy that it was an accident for once, because like in Canada and Italy they legit sold them. Like they set up displays and rang people up and gave them the game. It's like, how do you accidentally do all that? And it's not like you can get the dates mixed up. It was like September 27th. It's like, oh, September 27th, close enough to October 12th. It's like, I think it's bullshit. So I probably just think it's bullshit because I didn't get a copy, but it's whatever. Miles McFadden says, will you be using only 6th gen Pokemon when you play through Pokemon X and Y? No, because I think they're incorporating a lot of older gens intentionally, so I will not be using just them. Shiny Heracross, that's replying, he's going off with somebody. Electivire pure, somebody's not paying attention. Can you or somebody tell me what it means when a Pokemon move is stab? Stab is same type attack bonus, meaning that if you have an electric type Pokemon and you use an electric type move, you're going to get a boost in attack or in boosting damage. I think it's like a 0.5, or you do like 1.5 damage or some shit like that. Something like that. That's what stab means basically. Final team for X and Y. Kevin Black, I don't have that yet. What Pokemon do you want to get a Mega Evolution? I hope Gyarados gets one. I hope that Jinx gets one. I think Jinx got cut a really crappy deal when they gave a Magmortar and Electivire and they didn't give Jinx shit. So Jinx and Gyarados would be nice. Kevin Black says, from what you know, are we only going to be able to get to the Kalos region of Pokemon X and Y? From what I know, yes. Are you going to do a Let's Pokemon X and Y? Pokemon X and X. Yes, I'm going to do a Let's Pokemon X and X. What is your biggest pet peeve? When people ask me things or they repeat, when people repeat what I'm saying in a question form. Like if I say, okay, I want to go to the bathroom, they're going to say, you going to go to the bathroom? Yes, I just said I'm going to the bathroom. Shit. Next question comes from Tristan Batiste. Do you plan on doing more Egglocks? Absolutely, in the future, yo. Next question comes from Llama Supreme. Says, what animal, dinosaur, mythological creature would you like to see on future Pokemon games as a Pokemon? A griffin would be nice. A dolphin would be nice. A chimera would be nice. A gorilla I'd like to see. An actual tiger I'd like to see. An actual elephant Pokemon would be nice too. So yeah. Next question comes from Minas Shishmanian. What would like Pokemon to exist to be real in Pokemon in real life? Sure, we could have Pokemon in real life. Sure. Austin Sheebs, will you and Shofu ever do a co-op Let's Play? No clue. No clue. I can't sit here and tell you yes or no on that one. So, as of right now, it's no clue. Techno Parasite says, who inspired you? If not someone, then what did? Nobody really inspired me. I'm guessing for YouTube. I mean, I don't really look at people as inspirations. I don't know. It's kind of a weird question. It's kind of one of those questions where it's like I don't really have an answer for you on the spot. Like I actually have to think about it because I'm sure there's people that actually influence me. I'm just not thinking of them. So I don't know. Next question comes from Xbox Boy 752. Will you do other lock challenges or not do them anymore? Sure, I will do other lock challenges. If you could create, design your own Pokemon, what would it be? I no clue, Everlasting Aura. Again, that's one of those things where I can't really answer on the spot. Because, like, go back to the question where I answer what Pokemon or what mythological creatures would I like to see in the game. Give me a Gorilla Pokemon. Give me an Alpha Pokemon. Give me a Griffin Pokemon. Which Pokemon are you going to choose your 2 starters? You're going to have to wait and see, yo. Do you like black people or white people? I like all people, bro. Everlasting Aura, why are you getting flagged for spam, bro? Oh, I already asked that. Toxic Miss 75. Nappy, will you possibly do a rap for me? I don't even know who you are, bro. I don't even know you. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. So what else do we have here? You gotta wait on that one. You gotta wait on that one. Jared C. Nappy, what is your favorite food and drink combo? Mine is Dr. Pepper and Taco Bell. I like Dr. Pepper and... when I go to Taco Bell, I have to get Baja Blast. I like Dr. Pepper and like a good burger. Like if they brought back the A1 Steakhouse burger at Burger King or the Jim Beam burger at Carl's Jr., that combined with fucking Dr. Pepper is amazing. Amazing. Question of the day, how did you meet Seed? I'm guessing that's Sadie. We met her a little over a year ago at the Dog Pound Humane Society. And we saw her, and I just thought she was the cutest thing in the fucking world. So I was like, I gotta have that one. And she's grown so much bigger since then. Like when we first got her, she was probably the size of her leg right here. Like she fit in the corner of my arm, and now she's big as fuck. Nappy, what is your favorite Pokemon ROM hack? Probably Team Rocket Edition. Axel Darkstar says, have you ever heard of Hayden? If so, in the future, are you gonna do a Let's Play with him? Yes, I've heard of Hayden. Never actually spoken to him before, so I can't tell you yes on that. What kind of kicks you rocking? I wear sandals most of the time, yo. I live in fucking Arizona. I am trying to have as much ventilation as I can on my body. I wear gym shorts, fucking sandals, and a white tee most of the time. That's just how it is. Why do you hate Umbreon so much? I hate Umbreon so much because in competitive play, Umbreon is annoying as fuck. People run Umbreon with Heal Bell, Wish, Protect, and maybe an offensive move. I just hate it. It's just a bulky stall machine. I hate it. Have you ever met Kristen and Jay in real life? No, I have not. Kevin Chester says, in order, which pseudo are your favorite? Hydreigon, Garchomp, Metagross, Dragonite. Oh my god, no, wait, what? Wow, that's really tough. Hydreigon I know is number 1. I'm probably going to say Hydreigon, Tyranitar, Garchomp, Metagross, Salamence, Dragonite. I don't know, that's hard, because I like all pseudos, so they're awesome, so I don't know. I don't know. Selena Silver says, what is your ultimate storyline for a Pokemon game? Like post-apocalyptic world, Pokemon War. Pokemon War! That's what I was going to say. I'm glad you said that. I would like to see a ROM hack where they all out, like the gym leaders take sides, everything. You have this one big climatic battle at the end. That would be amazing. Next question comes from Not At All, I'm guessing. No One At All, 27. Now that we have revealed Mega Charizard X, who is part Dragon, what do you think is a possibility and idea of Mega Gyarados and finally getting a Dragon typing as well? Would you like to see it happen? Sure. I think that if they make Charizard part Dragon, there's no reason they can't give us a Mega Gyarados. What's next? That kid from Blackthorn says, Nappy, what YouTubers would you consider dating or would you date, and what's your favorite move to use in a battle? Surf is my favorite use to move in a battle, and I don't know which YouTubers would I like to date. That's a loaded question, because if I say certain people, then people are going to be like, oh my god, and if I don't say certain people, then they're going to be like, Nappy, I can't believe you didn't say me, or some shit like that. Or people watching will say, Nappy, I can't believe you didn't say so-and-so. Next question, if Hydreigon got a bad Mega Evolution, would you still like it? Absolutely. I don't know why I would not like I don't know why I would not like Hydreigon. Hydreigon I like. If they gave him a Mega Evo, I wouldn't use it if I didn't like it. Look at Nappy raging at them Umbreon. Yep. Who is funnier than 24? I don't know, Tanner Valentine, you tell me. Let's see here. Who do you think will win a battle between Blastoise and Feraligatr versus Swampert and Empoleon? Is this a tag team match? I mean, Swampert could just Earthquake, and that would fuck up a lot of people. That would also fuck up his own Empoleon in a double battle. So, probably Swampert and Empoleon. Safford Guy 73, where in Arizona do you live? Because I live in Arizona. I live in southern Arizona, yo. I do have it displayed in a certain area, what city I live in, but you're going to have to figure that out on your own, bro. Next question comes from MegaBiff3. Will you do another normal LP of Diamond because you've only done an Egglock of Platinum? Probably end up doing the Diamond and Pearl Nuzlocke with Luxie eventually. Sadie wants to be YouTube famous. Drax. Beatbox Kid says, I've heard you reference animes in your other videos and I want to know what is your favorite anime. Probably Soul Eater. I haven't watched a whole lot of anime. I watched Soul Eater, Claymore, most of Darker Than Black, about half of Death Note. I need to rewatch Death Note. I just haven't really gotten into anime too much. I like it, I just gotta get my feet wet with a little bit more. But so far, from what I've seen, probably Soul Eater. John Luke says, what's in JU2 Gamer's bag? It's a bunch of dicks. I thought we already established that in Sacred Gold. He's got a bag of dicks. Who's next? I'm trying to just skim through these and see if I can find actual questions. Turner D. Armin says, which do you like better, Xerneas or Yveltal? Yveltal. It annoys me how squished my fucking screen region is for these comments. I hate that so much. Techmaster127 says, what's the most embarrassing or awkward moment you've ever had? I actually answered that in an episode of Platinum Egglock. Oh my god, do I really want to get into this story? I did some things to impress some people and they didn't give a fuck, so I was left standing there just embarrassed as hell. My best bet, if you really want to hear the entire story, I think it's like episode 2 or 3 of Platinum Egglock. It's on there, so yeah. Are you gonna ask why? Both, yo, both. Who's next? Yukimura Sanada says, I got two. Manaphy is my favorite small cute legendary. What is your favorite small cute legendary? Probably Jirachi. I like his typing. Your favorite Pokemon from Gens 2 through 6. Kingdra. How's that? I don't know, Hydreigon, I guess. Because, I mean, I'm not going to give you one for each gen. Next question comes from Mafaz Tanzim. He says, what is your idea of the perfect Pokemon? Water Dragon. What is your idea of a perfect friend? To me, respect is everything. And respect, for me, it's broken down into loyalty and honesty. You know, if we're friends, you should be able to tell me anything. And if we're friends, I expect you to have my back, no matter what. I expect you to be there and be down and all that shit. So, for me, that's all that matters. So, yeah. That's my idea of a perfect friend. Someone that's respectful, and by that, they're honest and loyal. Because they would get nothing but respect back from me. Let's see here. Who else is there? King the Boss 123 says, who is your favorite member of the Egglock? Probably Drax. I think we said that already. They call me Blackstar. Nappy, what made you want to start this LP? And man, it was awesome. GG. See, look, Soul Eater right there. I did this. I gave everyone the option after we finished Platinum Egglock. I gave everyone the option of either Sacred Gold or Blaze Black, and then I gave everyone the option of what lock we were gonna do, either Wedlock, Randomizer Nuzlocke, or an Egglock, and everyone voted for Sacred Gold, and everyone voted for Egglock. So that's how that happened. Will you do another Egglock? Absolutely. When will you play some Showdown with me? Random battles. Whenever I'm on Showdown, I tweet it out. All you gotta do, follow me on Twitter, and I'll tweet it out. Sonic Zoroark says, my question of the day is, if the Pokemon Company created a game where you fight all gym leaders, Elite Four, Battle Frontier Brains, Pokemon World Tournament, main characters and villains, Poketopia, and Cypher admins from all generations, including X and Y, and travel through all regions, would you LP it? Would it be challenging to play such a game combined into that sort? Would I LP it? Absolutely. If it's Pokemon, I love it. It's awesome. The reason that that's never going to happen is because you guys have to understand the idea of scaling levels. If they added all of those people in there, it would be impossible. It would be like Dark Rising, where you would have a team of 100s. A good example of that is Silver and Gold. If you look at Silver and Gold, just original Silver and Gold, or even Heart Gold Soul Silver, Claire's ace is what? Her Kingdra's like what, level 42 or some shit like that? 45, 46? That's not very high at all. You could easily manage an entire team of 6 and have them in the 40s by the time you get to Claire. So it's not that hard at all. The reason that her levels are so low is because you have an entire other 8 badges to get through. So if they gave you Claire and her ace was level 60, and you had a team of fucking 60s, if you went over to Kanto, you would just smash. They would have to make Blue's ace level 90. And then in turn, the Elite Four have to be like 90s to 100s. So if, in order for them to do that, and they did that over 2 regions, if they gave us all 6 regions, could you imagine how fucking difficult that'd be? I mean, you would start off in the first gym leader and have like level 5 as his ace, if they wanted to do that, and break it down that far. So, while it's a good idea on paper, I think if they executed it, it wouldn't be all that well. Chaz U says, why are you so cool? Please tell me. I mean, I don't know, bro. You think I'm cool? You tell me. Backtrack says, do you think they should make version exclusive Mega Evolutions, or at least for the I'm guessing rest of the Kanto starters? Sure. I mean, I don't see the harm in it. Like I said, I'm really impartial to Mega Evos, so I really don't care. McCarty says, describe your ideal Mega Evolution for Glenn. Who's Glenn? I don't know who Glenn is. Little Shadow Phoenix says, Nappy, what has been your favorite Pokemon in all of your locked formats? Drax, yo. Okay, so McCarty says, okay, what I meant to describe was your ideal Gengar Mega Evolution. Also, do you get the reference of my name? No, I don't, McCarty. I didn't get the memo on that one. I'm out of the loop. Ideal Gengar Evolution, or Mega Evolution. I like him. I've always wanted Gengar to be Ghost Dark, but with his new fairy shit, that would only weaken him if they took away his poison typing. And a lot of people were saying that they wouldn't do that because he's one of the strongest poison types in the game. So I guess just keep him Ghost Poison. Let's see here. Justin Mabane says, Nappy, have you ever felt like Twit before you took his break and wanted to end your channel? I had that feeling a long time ago on my old channel when I was kind of like done with Call of Duty. I really didn't want to do Call of Duty anymore. I didn't want to fuck with it. I didn't want to do anything Call of Duty related at all ever again. Get it out of my face. I'm done with it. That was the only time, and then I kind of just went hard with this channel, and everything just kind of took off on here, and I really haven't had to worry about that since. So I guess that's the only time I actually contemplated like quitting YouTube. But I guess it's a good thing I didn't, or else I wouldn't be here now answering your question. Toxic Stratus says, what do you think is the most underrated, legendary, and overrated? Underrated is probably Jirachi or Victini. Overrated is probably... overrated legend. Suicune? Maybe? I don't know. You know, I could see people use legends a lot. Railu 1495. Oh wait, no, wait. I skipped Pokemon Conquer. Pokemon Conquer. Nappy, do you think they'll make X Mega for all Pokemon with Mega Evos? Maybe, maybe not. Kind of already answered that one. Railu 1495 says Gallade or Medicham. Which one do you like more? For that one, I will say Gallade. I just don't like Medicham's design. Also, what do you think of the people who got their hands on X and Y early? Already talked about that. Already talked about that. What's your favorite move set? I don't know. I mean, I like Surf. I'm guessing this is a water type Pokemon. If it's like Kingdra, Surf, Dragon Dance, Outrage, and Ice Beam. There you go. There you go. There you go. If not Surf, then Waterfall. Why did you start YouTube? Kind of already talked about that one. Alejandro Garcia says, out of all the Pokemon you hatched during the Let's Play, looking back at all your battles, who would have been your dream team to go through the entire Let's Play? I don't know, yo. Kind of already answered that one too. Garrett Pearson says, what's the name of the song in the grinding montage? Read the description. Read the description, yo. What is your opinion on the government shutdown? I don't want to talk about politics on my Pokemon videos. You guys may notice that the mirror behind me with the Obama Biden sticker has been turned around because I did the little mini update last time and they had like 15 people leave comments about Obama Biden. And it's like, why are you bringing politics into a Pokemon channel? They're like the two opposite things and you're fucking everything up. So if you want to talk about politics, we can talk on Twitter or some shit. We can actually go to a serious conversation. But I'm not going to get into it right now on my channel. It's just unneeded animosity. Brian Mendez says, what is your favorite Pokemon out of the whole series? Drax. Beastly Blastoise says, Ass Nappy. What do you think about a Water Steel Blastoise? I've been wanting a Steel typing for a while now, and Nintendo just recently gave me a package of Blastoise X, and I'm wondering... Blastoise X, and I'm wondering if it'll be Water Steel type now. Regular Blastoise, regular Mega Blastoise is not Water Steel type. If they made him Water Steel type, that'd be cool. But again, I'm impartial to Mega Evo, so I really don't care. What would you do to make Pokemon games better? Get rid of HMs. Get rid of capture rates. I think that's stupid. If you guys saw the Ho-Oh episode of Sacred Gold, and you know how I feel about capture rates. But yeah, those would be the two things that I would change immediately. Next question comes from Cameron Dickey. He says, hey Nappy, do you record your touchscreen with a separate recorder, or do you split them in editing afterwards? I don't have a touchscreen. Nothing I have is touchscreen except for my phone. Do you record your screens with a separate recorder, or do you split them in editing afterwards? Oh, you're talking touchscreen like on the bottom screen of a DS. For right now, I'm using an emulator. Even when I would use the 3DS for X and Y, I record the screens and then I edit them afterwards in Sony Vegas. What's your favorite dual typing? Water Dragon. I know you love Jinxes, but there are others you prefer. Yeah, Water Dragon, yo. Water Dragon, Water Dragon, Water Dragon. Cynthia Dustdale. Nappy, what's the hardest game you ever played? Period or Pokemon? Pokemon Dark Rising. That's just stupid. Period, I'd say Dark Souls. I think maybe Dark Souls. I didn't really play a whole lot of it. Ningamer662. What do you feel about the League is for X and Y? I kind of already talked about that. Zero Fuyo says, Nappy, if you could make a new element for the Pokemon games, what would it be? What would it be strong against? What would it be weak against? And finally, what would be the legend to represent its type? Sorry for the questions, one comment. Again, all those are things I can't answer off the top of my head. Because again, what would the new, I'm guessing element means type. I can't tell you what to be strong against. I can't tell you what to be weak against because, again, that changes so much, you know, and that trickle-down effect that I can't do that, yo. Can't do that. Thank you for the question. Thank you. What animal will represent the type? I can't be, and it can't be an elephant. Have you ever done anything really dumb or dangerous? No. I guess I kind of sort of tend to be safe and stay on the safe side of things. What's your favorite YouTuber you watch? Vsauce. Foxstream says, had to pause 9 minutes in. Oh, she doesn't actually ask the question. Foxstream. What's your favorite final Evo of Gen 6 Tyrantrum? What's the game you're looking forward to besides Pokemon X and Y? The new Batman game. I'm looking forward to that. Which version are you going to play more, X or Y? No clue. I'm going to start with Y and do the co-op with X with Kristen. Mecky McElroy says, is your XOI co-op with Kristen going to be on your channel? They're going to be on both of our channels. We're both going to upload them to our channels. Gingerman90 says, nostalgia and game preference aside, if you could take a vacation to one region, which would it be and why? Which of these landmarks would you want to visit? National Park, Snow Point. Second gen, I absolutely hate questions really say, nostalgia aside. You can't put nostalgia aside. That's one of the things that make the gen as good as it is. But second gen, I go to Echo City, Burn Tower. What's your favorite Pokemon for each gen? Gengar, Kingdra, Walrein, Empoleon, or Rhyperior, or Mamoswine for 4th gen, and then Hydreigon for 5th gen. And then probably Tyrantrum for 6th gen. What's the name of the song you play during the grinding? Description, yo. Which Pokemon have you been most excited for to come out? Tyrantrum, yo. DPKMN Guy 09 says, would you be willing to do a co-op LP with a non-famous YouTuber like me? I do co-ops with people that I feel comfortable with. I'm not just going to do co-ops with just anybody out there. Subscriber size does not matter. You know, if I want to do a co-op with somebody that had 500 subscribers, if I felt that we as a team together could put out a good product, then absolutely I would do a co-op with them. You know, a channel size does not really matter to me. What games do you play that you don't record? Dungeon Defenders, Borderlands 2. I mean, I did a kind of sort of like a walkthrough for Borderlands 2, but I play a whole bunch of different types of games, so I'm into pretty much everything. Everything except for like MOBAs and shit. CSC Zephyr says, are you planning on doing another Egglock in the future? Yep. Bobby Maggie says, you on crack? No, unfortunately I'm not, bro. I know you really wanted me to, but unfortunately for you, I'm not. How would you think about Mega Blastoise X and Mega Venusaur X will look like if Pokemon had a second Mega version of the Kingdom Stars? Again, I don't know. Mega Evos are just whatever. Foxstream, about Sadie. Joey Wee TV says, who do you hope gets a Mega Evolution? Jinx and Gyarados. Kind of already answered that one. Straight Up Kanto. I like that name. Favorite starter of all the regions. Blastoise, Feraligatr, Swampert, Empoleon, and Samurai. Those are the final forms, of course, but I like water types, and I like most of the water type starters, so let me do. Do you prefer Mega Charizard X or Y? X. Random Celtic says, is there any way to secure a spot in the next tournament? I was called, but I replayed too late because my computer crashed and I was not able to participate. The next tournament is going to be a YouTuber tournament. After that, we may set up something, but for right now, I'm not even worried about the tournament. X and Y is what I'm worried about. That's the next thing that's coming out. When we get closer to the time of that tournament, which I think is going to be probably at the end of December, beginning of the new year, we'll worry about that then. But for now, I'm not worried about it. How'd you get Sadie? Kind of already answered that one. Haley's World says, if you could play a Pokemon game from now until forever, which would it be? Which game besides Pokemon would you choose? Probably Dungeon Defenders. Dungeon Defenders or Borderlands. I love those games so fucking much. Love them. Kyle Pitcher Harry says, if Pokemon were real and you could have any Pokemon you want as your starter, not just starters, but any Pokemon, which Pokemon would it be? Either Ghastly or Piplup, yo. One of those two. How much time do we have left on here? I know my voice is going out. 23 minutes. We gotta go hard. Bring it home for the last 20 minutes of the motherfucking commentary. What is your perfect Pokemon team? Nope, not gonna do all that. Michael Jones says, why did you think you could outspeed? Yeah. Are you gender? Y or no? Y or N? I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Emily Lewis says, which are you more excited for, Pokemon X or Y, or the second coming of Jesus? X and Y, I guess. Can you say hi, Tyler, in your Meatloaf voice? Oh my God, Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Oh my God, hi, Tyler. Oh my God, Tyler. There you go. Or can you say hi, yeah. Gnarly Punk Roker. I don't think he's asking any questions in that one. Who else is next? What do you like to do other than video games? I don't have time for anything else, dude. You guys gotta understand, like, YouTube is basically a full-time job. And a lot of people like to laugh at that because they're like, you're just playing video games. Well, yeah, like, I'm sitting here for 2 hours recording this. Then I'm going to sit for like 30 minutes editing it. And then I'm going to sit for 3.5 hours to render it. And well, in between that, I'll probably end up doing homework or some shit. So, there's just really not a whole lot of time for anything else. So, let's see. Gnarly Punk Rockers had another comment marked as spam. Then we have Foxstream. Foxstream says, question of the day. Despite asking numerous of questions around the 10K, my last real question was, would you talk to me if I picked up my old Twitter and answered me and still doing what I set out to do? I'd still like to thank you for keeping your word. You even follow me back. Besides my sincere thanks and admiration, a wild random question appeared. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why? It can't be the power to absorb and have all powers. Superpower would be like Storm, the ability to control weather. Because in my eyes, that trumps anything. Anything at all. Like, it doesn't matter how strong you are, it doesn't matter how fast you are. Weather. Real life, weather. I mean, you can just get smashed. Storm can smash anybody. I don't think they give Storm enough credit in the X-Men series. Kyle Bennett says, will you ever have subscribers on a roundtable type video? If so, what would be the topic? People ask this all the time. Again, it's just all about like scheduling and shit and figuring out what the fuck we would do, because like Kristen does her Team Happy Days Skype calls and shit, and I would love to do something like that. I just gotta figure out like when and what would we do, what would we talk about, all that shit. So yeah, maybe. I don't have anything against it, it's just figuring out what to do. Quarry04 says, what breed is your dog? Sadie is a Carolina dog. And cute as fuck. Is cute as fuck a breed? Because she's that. Saqweeb L, I guess. Hey Nappy, can you name your favorite Pokemon of each gen? And I'm pretty sure I already did that. Which Mega Evo are you most looking forward to use? Can't say that, that'll be a spoiler. Which Pokemon do you want to have a Mega Evo? I already answered that. Keep it the great vids, bro. Well, thank you. Told you we were gonna get a lot of duplicates in this. Reufaclis, ever thought about doing a bottom 5 Pokemon in each group? It's great hearing you talk about Pokemon you love. It'd be awesome hearing you rant about those you hate. I could maybe see us doing that. Maybe starting like a season 3, doing the top 5 worst of each. Maybe not. I don't want to rule it out just yet. But I think a lot of people are gonna see that as like cheap, because like we've already gone through all the types, and now here we're going again just with the worst ones. So I don't know. We'll see. We could Pokemon X, Y. Yep. Why didn't you use my boy Heracross? Because he had no moves. What are you trying to major in? Already answered that one. Can you make a video showing off your computer and setup? Maybe. Maybe for 40K, maybe for 50K. I don't know. If you're watching and you're this far in the video, let me know what you guys think. Will you already answered that one. Is Charizard in your top 5, 10, 20, or not? If any favorite Pokemon, your top favorite shiny? No. He's not in either of those. Any of those. At all. Chally2KW says, what's the worst question a person could question about on a subject that shouldn't be questioned or mentioned that you've already received? What time are you live streaming? When are you live streaming? Are you getting Pokemon X and Y? You know, questions like that I get asked 100 million times. Even though I say it 100 million times, it's still asked. I haven't streamed in like 4 weeks, and people still tweet at me every day and says, Nappy, what time are you streaming? And it's like, I'm not streaming. Stop asking me. Flames 90,001 says, what's your favorite electric gym leader? Probably Watson. Watson is jolly as a motherfucker. I like him. Watson and Volkner, probably. Already answered the question about country. Delta Snipe 777 says, my question is, what do you think will be the third legendary of X and Y? There's already been rumors to go around. I did a video about it. Go check it out if you want. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Nick Pano says, what was the most shocking moment? Of what? Of the LP, when Bill died. Daniel Cousin says, why do you like Gengar so much? Because he's purple, he's chubby as fuck, and he's got a fucking grin that, well, I love him. I just love him. Between his grin and his purple and just his little chubbiness, I love him. Oh, these are all repeats right here. Do you play any sports? Already answered that. What's your real name? Already answered that. What subject did you study at school? I mean, it's just basic shit. And then history's, shit that applies to your major. Nappy, who's your favorite male and female antagonist throughout the Pokemon games? I.e. Red and Gold. Favorite male, I guess, would be Red. Female, Cynthia. Least favorite gym leader? Flannery. Or, yeah, I guess Flannery. Kind of already answered that one, too. You're gonna live stream X and Y on the weekends. See? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? People still ask me if I'm live streaming. No, I'm not gonna live stream on the weekends. What's your favorite shiny Sprite? I already did a top 5 of that, and I already told you it was Hydreigon. Do you like other Arizona tea besides Arnold Palmer? Absolutely, I like raspberry tea. I can't think of everything off the top of my head right now, but yeah, I like lots of different types of tea. I just like Arnold Palmer the best. Tobias Thomas of the comments said Happy Feet had Ice Beam for the Slowbro. I don't really get that. I don't really get why would Ice Beam be used on a Slowbro. Maybe for a freeze, but besides that, what? Would you take Crystal on a date if the opportunity presented itself? I already kind of answered that one. What else do we have? We're a good portion of the way through the comments. What are you studying? What's your major? Already answered that one. For question of the day from Disaster Absol 97, what was your favorite thing to do as a kid? Play Pokemon, yo. This guy, Lowly Hybe, just my question's stupid. Okay, well then. What's your favorite Pokemon move? It is Surf, Mr. Teo Junji. If you were Pokemon, what Pokemon type would you think would suit your personality? This is for the Q&A video. Suit my personality. Definitely Dragon, because Dragons are all offense, and I like to be aggressive in areas. And Water, I guess. I mean, I say Water Dragon a lot, but I guess those two, because Water is kind of like go with the flow. I just go with the flow, whatever's happening. Who's your least favorite pseudo legendary from Real Hip Hop Maniac? Probably I don't. Why do you make me do this? I don't know. I don't know. I legit, I don't know. I feel like I've said I don't know a lot tonight, but legit, I don't know the answer to that one. Pokemon X, Pokemon Y. I'm getting both. What's your favorite gym leader? That's Morty or Claire. Claire's fine as hell. Paper or plastic? Plastic, yo. If I was a piece of toast, would you rub honey all over me? Sure. That's what floats your boat. Sure. What's your favorite Pokemon region? Johto. Mr. Mafitan Johto. Assuming the leaks are true, do you find the Kalos Starter's final evolution somewhat disappointing? Just Finnegans. I kind of like Chespin's final evo. I love Froakie's final evo. So do I think they're disappointing overall? No. I think a lot of people are just ragging on them just because they're not what they expected. I mean, it's just they're new. Just give them a couple months to play with them and people stop hating on them. Metal Bolt says, can I be in your next Minecraft map LP? I probably won't have another Minecraft map LP. Are you going to play X or Y with Kristen? Yes. What's your favorite starter of all gens? All the water types, Mr. Swampert Rocks. Okay. What is your favorite Let's Play? Sacred Gold. Will you do an X or Y Nuzlocke? I'll probably end up doing an X Nuzlocke after I'm done with the Y LP. Josh Reed, where do you see yourself 10 years from now, Nappy? Teaching history. Like the life of YouTube and life outside YouTube. Do I see myself doing YouTube 10 years from now? No, I don't. Would I be upset if I was doing YouTube 10 years from now? No, I wouldn't. But I don't see playing Pokemon on YouTube and having that much longevity. I don't. But you never know. You never know what tomorrow could hold. What do you think about Scrafty? I think he's cool. Ready to answer that one. What is your X and Y team? Can't answer that. Question of the day, what the fuck? I don't know, bro. You tell me. Cool Nerdy Nates 29 says least favorite gen, 5th gen. What games other than Pokemon do you play in your spare time? I don't have spare time, yo, but Borderlands 2 or Dungeon Defenders. Queenie Boy Productions, if you could, would you make all not so popular Poketubers like me more popular? Oh god, it's like the 3rd time I've yawned in this video. I wouldn't throw a blanket term or a blanket clause over it like that. I wouldn't say just all Poketubers that are small, because I think that people definitely get what they have earned, and I think that flipping a switch like that and just making smaller YouTubers into bigger YouTubers wouldn't work well, because a part of becoming, I don't want to say becoming a bigger YouTuber, but a part of YouTube is just growing. Like, a lot of people said that they loved my Soul Silver layout. I go back and look at that now and I hate that layout, but I've grown since then and I've developed, so I wouldn't just be like, boom, you're a bigger YouTuber now. So yeah. The Zeppelin S, will you add me on Skype? No, I'm not gonna give out my Skype in a video. What is your ultimate favorite Pokemon? Gengar. What is your favorite game or Pokemon Nappy? Silver and Gengar. Behemoth Straight Up Monster. Team Straight Up Monsters, dude. I love you so much for Arrested Development. Do you and Color have something going on? Nope. Crushing on you since Slice Platinum. Nope. Killer Wing says, what's in your opinion the most underrated or overrated Pokemon? I kind of already answered that one. When you finish Fallen, please, I want it so bad. I just gotta find time, that's all it is. What is the most frustrating part in the game? I think we already know it. HM slaves, I guess? I don't know. Nappy, whereabout in Scotland does Callum live? I don't know. Go ask Callum. Go ask Callum. Why are you asking me? I'm not Callum. I don't live in Scotland. Scroll all the way. Can you please use Plan A from EW for grinding montage? Don't have any more grinding montages, yo. Arceus level 101 says, how many real new Pokemon do you think will be in X and Y? By I mean new Pokemon for 6th gen. Spoiler alert! Apparently they only say there's about 70, so I'm just gonna stick with that and just say 70. So sure, I don't know. What was your first shiny? From Chuck O'Holic Mad 422. Masuda Method and the Red Gyarados from Lake of Rage won't count. If you could have caught your first shiny, it will still count. First one was a shiny Lairon in Victory Road in Sapphire. Is Delphox real? Yes. Not gonna tell you what it is, but yes. What Pokemon is you most proud in any series? Drax, yo, how tall are you? I'm about 6 feet, maybe 6'1" or so. I haven't measured myself in a long time, but I'm about 6 feet tall. Favorite thing about Pokemon X and Y so far? The Pokemon. Monster X Mario says, how do you manage to remember so many of your subscribers? A little goddamn, it's just constant communication. Like I say, I'm not bluffing. I'm not just trying to get Twitter followers when I say follow me on Twitter. Legit, like I actually talk to subscribers on there. Ask Foxstream, ask Smeeth, ask Don't Try This, ask Simply Even Mew, even though she does her own stuff on her channel. But she's still a subscriber, still talk to them. You know, I talk to subscribers all day long, and it's you just gotta talk, and that's how I remember you. That's how I remember people. It's just through constant communication. Do you like Torkoal? He's my favorite Pokemon. Not really. It's one of my least favorite fire types. It's just kind of whatever. Martin Romo says, what do you will happen if a Ditto uses transform with a Mega Evolution is on the opposite side? It's interesting. That's an interesting idea. I think he'll evolve in just a regular form, because you can't go into a Mega Evolution unless you have a Mega Stone. So I think he'll just go into whatever the regular form is for it. What Pokemon do you think deserves a Mega Evolution? Kinda already went over that. Master Muffin HD, have you heard of Inazuma 11? If you have, you should play it. Nope, never heard of it. Tits are ass. Seriously, what's up with you and Kristen? What's your favorite ROM hack ever made until now? Team Rocket Edition. Actually, what I'm gonna go ahead and do, you guys, we have 8 minutes left on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here, because we're basically just like, we just have fucking duplicate questions over and over and over again. I've gone through about 75% of the comments, I'll say. And we only have about 10 minutes left as it is, but I'm getting tired, as I'm sure you guys saw. I was yawning, and we just have nothing but duplicates. I can see right here what's your favorite game. But yeah, so I want to thank all you guys. I just knocked some shit over. Thank all you guys once again for your support throughout the Sacred Gold. I'm sorry if I seem drained right now. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I've been talking for 2 hours. I hope my audio doesn't get out of sync with this. That would really fucking suck. But thank you guys for all your support on Sacred Gold. As far as I know, tomorrow we have top 5 and maybe an update video. I might have a Gengar painting unboxing video up on Friday from Vegas Jamie. And then on Saturday, X and Y starts. Make sure you catch that update video. It'll include a lot of important information in it, so please catch that update video if you can. It'll answer a lot of questions for a lot of shit that's coming up next. But besides that, you guys, Sacred Gold is officially done and in the books. Never coming back to it. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun. I don't regret doing it at all. I'm glad you guys chose that for the Let's Play. And I'm trying not to get into the whole lovey-dovey, happy, squishy bullshit like I did at the end of the last episode. But yeah, basically just to reiterate everything that I said in the last episode. Thank you for all your support. And smash the like button for me if you enjoyed. But outside that, you guys, thank you for checking out the video. You know me, Nappy 192. I'm out.